A new season means the dawning of a new champion for the PlayStation division. On the back burner of the Grand Prix, only one man stood tall above the rest. Insert Deaglefly, a man who stood in the fire of war and triumph over the competitors, turning away 15 other hopefuls in order to finally claim the PlayStation Primetime Championship. A man who not only was born to fight, but was born to be a champion. His heart, blood, sweat and tears are the stuff of legend, and he's now ready to cement his legacy and stand out from the rest. But, as they say, there is no rest for the wicked, as Deaglefly must now become the hunted rather than the hunter. He must defend his belt against a young Irish star. Enter Spartan War. Growing up on the rough streets of Limerick, known as Ireland's toughest city, where fighting is a way of life and never backing down shows the true heart of a warrior. These men will step into the cage at Primetime Fight Night 34 and lay it all on the line. Will it be Deagle's legacy, or will it be Spartan's desire? One thing is for certain, these men will leave a piece of their soul in the cage when it's all said and done. Welcome to Primetime Fight Night 34.
What an intro, Doc. What an intro. Tell me, Doc, are you excited to be here tonight? Friday night, PlayStation Championship. Are you ready, Doc? Are you ready for this war?
I am indeed ready for a war. This is a hell of a card. We have the main event of Deaglefly's vs Spartan War, as you saw by the introduction. It's a championship written by the other guy joining me in the booth tonight, Mr. TMM Reaper. As you can see, though, we've got a stack card from top to bottom. We've got Filthy Uncle in the co-main, Caliber on the main card, K5 Fight in the prelims, including yourself at the very top of the prelims, Reaper.
Absolutely, Doc. You know, there I am sitting pretty, headlining those prelims. Doc, I just want to pinpoint a few fights here tonight because this card is stacked, my friend. Absolutely stacked. Gonna absolutely give a big shout out here to TMM Storm and TMM AJ Bads there. Both of those teammates of mine, Doc, rising up through the rankings of prime time, and they're gonna bring fire tonight. They're gonna stand in the pocket, Doc, and all hell's gonna break loose.
We love fire, we love hell in the cage. You got Noetta as well on the main card. Just to mention a couple others, Kobe, who's a mate, did a fantastic job in his title defense against Atkin last season, probably looking to make a comeback against the new champ, as you can see up top. Maybe he's trying to sneak his way into a number one contendership later down the line. But let's not focus on this entire card. I feel like we should just get straight into the fights and straight on with it.
Oh, Doc, I'm ready.
First fight will be in the featherweight division. We have Def Jam versus Ned as a late replacement. Should be a very interesting time. Looks like we're going to see the new Giga pick versus a Pettis, Reaper.
That's a kickboxing dream, that is, Doc. You have Pettis, the flashy, technical, showtime man, right? But then you have Big Balls Ned going the brand new Giga. And I've heard Giga in this game, Doc, although he is brand new, he's got some very, very quick kicks and some fast hands. So Ned, let's see if Ned can trust in his power tonight and put this one away.
I do hope he can. It's going to be a very interesting time, a very fun time. And hopefully these two get on the road quite soon.
Cutting the final pounds, as Looney would say, Doc.
Yeah, always cutting the final pounds. Always those crucial last pounds, just making sure they can take power.
So, Doc, tell me, if you're using Anthony Pettis here, Doc, tonight against the Giga Chikazi. He's a brand new fighter. You may not have seen much of him in the last 24 hours. What's your game plan going into this to know that if you haven't actually used Giga, you must be a bit skeptical because he's a brand new addition to the game?
I've only used Giga ever since he came out last night. We had a bunch of fights with him. He's got the power, he's got the switch kick. He's such a good fighter. He's like a better Barboza, and it's so nice to use him. As you can see, though, Pettis coming on the outside, Giga staying fairly stable. Lead hook, you can see that head health already creeping down on Pettis' side. Mentioning that power with the lead knee's also very strong. The lead hook keeps there, the body knee as well. Followed by Teep, gets caught with a head kick, Reaper. These two are already starting to a very quick pace.
Oh, for sure. Ned has come out here and he said, I'm not going to engage in a feel out process. I'm simply going to walk my opponent down. I do my best work going forward. And he may be using the Giga pick as a, almost like a, you can't read me. You don't know what power I'm going to give to you. You don't know what shots I'm going to give to you. He's brand new. I believe in this fight, Ned may have the advantage in terms of stylistic pick, but you know, Pettis has some flashy kicks himself and is quite fast, but you know, he needs to get out of that pocket because he doesn't belong in there.
He really doesn't belong in that pocket, especially with someone of the power of Giga. It's going to be an interesting time. Slow, steady, does miss a couple of the shots, and that's going to be where Pettis is going to want to catch him. He's going to be looking for the counter windows, not necessarily the engagement windows.
Yes, Doc, you're spot on there. He needs to play a counter fighting game. You know, he's doing a good job here putting Ned on. Oh, beautiful knee. He's doing a great job putting Ned on the back foot here. If he can just dip in and out of range, play a bit of footies with Ned, he may be able to confuse him and land a big shot, but Ned goes to that beautiful flying knee there. But straight away, big balls Ned, straight off the cage, back to the centre where he belongs with Giga, Doc.
Typically with a kickboxing style, well, we dig straight down the body, flying the attempt there. We saw the sun earlier. Going back to what I was saying, all these two rudely interrupted me, trying to punch each other in the face, which is fair enough. Giga has this weird style of, you typically see kickboxers failing when they're on the back foot, but with Giga you can rely on that boxing. He's got a good chin and he's got very powerful hands, and so if you are calm and collected, you can just kind of piece your opponent up from it.
Oh yeah, for sure, Doc. Like, you know, oh, beautiful head kick. He's doing such a fantastic job of being able to get in and out of the pocket with Giga, and then also, even when he is getting walked back, he can plant and he can throw those quick boxing combinations, because when Giga steps back and he stands still for even just that split second, those combinations come out quicker than you fast forwarding a movie, Doc. Oh, and he's rocked.
Another rock there. Pettis trying to stay on the back foot. Head kick does land. You can see just on the mention of the cardio seems to be going towards Pettis, and I would agree, especially with the only an 89 cardio stat of Giga, it's going to be a bit of a sketchy time if you can't finish him in the first or second round.
Absolutely, Doc. You know, the one fault I can see in Ned's game here is that every time he rocks Pettis, he goes for broke. There's no... like what Pettis did there, pieced him up with the jabs, made him divert his block to the front. Ned isn't doing that. Ned's going very lead uppercut heavy when he has him rocked, and he's missing it, and it's caused him to lose a good bit of his stamina, Doc. He may have to calm down when he hurts him, because I believe if he can calm down when he does hurt him, he may get him out of here.
Yeah, a lot of the time when you do see the high-level players fight, it's always the case of not if you can get someone rocked, it's the case of can you finish them after they've been rocked, because of their defense is sometimes so tight that it makes life very difficult, and that's what we've seen by Def Jam here. He's just making sure he isn't in the way when he is rocked, and so his opponent's having a difficult time. But that overhand hit cleanly there, Reaper.
It did indeed, Dog. You know, Ned's shown up a great performance here, being a late replacement as well. You know, the man had little to no time to learn anything about his opponent, no time to look into tape if that's something that people like to do. But Ned's putting on a clinic here, but he's getting very sloppy with these head kicks, Doc. I don't like those head kicks. I'd like to see him, you know, he has the power advantage. I'd like to see him get in there to that inside dirty boxing range and really work the body a bit when he's rocked. You know, give him something else to think about.
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah. Always the case of, depending on if you're thinking about it or not, making sure that your opponent just knows you're always there, but always out of reach. And with Giga having that 6-foot-long frame, the head kick meets him, digging down to that body. Very interesting time, both of them with that head movement as well, Reaper, both of them making sure that they're always there to be hit, but not there to be hit at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. Def Jam's doing a great job of when he's rocked, actually moving his head off the centre line, and he's moving it a different way each time. Sometimes it's down, sometimes it's left, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's a pullback. He's really giving Ned different looks here when he's rocked, and I think Ned's having a bit of confusion now because Ned seems to be throwing everything except the kitchen sink at Def Jam, but Def Jam's looking good here. The head held's a bit low, and just bringing attention to Ned's left leg there, Doc. It's quite low. You know, if Def Jam wants to continue working that now, working off his 1-2 jab or his 1-2 and then hit the leg kick, you know, it could be very fatal to Ned.
This is very true, but if Ned also wanted to fire leg kicks back, he well and truly could. Giga got such a powerful leg kick with about 97, 96 power in the leg kick, that one ill-timed leg kick can really destroy someone's leg. Both of them sticking to the boxing though. A minute 40 left on the clock. Switch kick gets fired off, digs down to that body. A knee gets just stopped by a straight, as you do, and a front kick gets blocked again, Reaper. That head movement is looking really clean.
It really is, Doc. This is keeping Def Jam in the fight, his head movement, and now he's starting to work the legs again, which I like to see. You know, with the Pettis pick, you know, sometimes the chin is a little bit suspect, especially at featherweight. You know, making that cut is difficult for any fighter. So I'd like to see him, you know, really get out of that boxing range and work as long, because Pettis has got long legs, Doc. You know, there's no. Oh,
his long legs couldn't get him out of that, and he gets finished.
Done and dusted. Big Balls Ned take a bow. Late notice, stepped up, and Big Balls Ned is the first ever person to use Giga in a primetime fight. So I suppose that's something as well, Doc.
Yeah, did a lovely performance there. He really used the power. Comes in, clips him with a straight as he goes for a body kick, clips him with a hook as he goes down. Pettis collapses, and that's all that can be said for that fight.
Yeah, listen, Ned came out with a game plan tonight, and the game plan was to take his head off his shoulders, and he did that. You know, Pettis made the mistake of being in Giga's range when he threw that body kick, and, you know, every time you're in boxing range and you throw a body kick, it's going to be detrimental to yourself.
It really is. The body kicks, just making sure time those body kicks is really the true adjustment of if you're going to be a very effective kickboxer or you're going to have issues as a kickboxer.
For sure, and you know, especially, Doc, you know, when you go in with the Pettis pick, it's a difficult pick. But Doc, less about that, and let's move on to the next fight. We are going to be having TFA Dragon versus TMF Hummer, and this is going to be in the bantamweight division by the looks of it, Doc. So, you know, got some good saucy choices here. This is gonna be a good fight if they make the right picks.
Yeah, indeed, it can be a very interesting time. Bantamweight division, Crazy Dragon and notorious pressure fighter to some extent. Got Hummer, interesting guy. Last time around he had his controller die, so hopefully within this fight he'd be able to make a comeback and not have his controller die.
Yeah, no, nobody wants that controller to die. You know, it's a league fight. Your controller dies, you're going to get finished, Doc. Let's be real here. You know, it's up to you to charge it. If it's not charged, that's how it goes sometimes.
That is how it goes, boys.
And we have the ever mighty Mr. Humble joining us in the booth now. Always a fun time. You got me, Humble, and Reaper. Just to reiterate, up next we do have Crazy Dragon versus Hummer in the bantamweight division. Humble, got anything in particular to say about these two?
I've got a lot to say because I've missed the start of the intro, but my God, we're back. We're back, Doc, with regular cards again. The Grand Prix was last week. What a Grand Prix. And this is going to be absolutely insane. We've got a crazy event ahead of us, and these two are going to throw it down right now, and we're going to see some leather getting thrown, Reaper.
Oh, come here, listen, for sure. If it stays this way at the Rob Font Mirror, whew, it's going to be a fun time for us.
Definitely, and obviously we talked and touched upon Hummer and Aaron. You know, the controversy. I know there was some issues as well. The week after, Hummer didn't get to fight again. There was some miscommunication there that happened or something because he didn't get to go. But we're going to see a Jose Aldo pick versus Rob Font. Very interesting, Reaper. We've had some upgrades recently for these characters. Both Rob Font and Aldo were kind of upgraded. Rob Font though was kind of downgraded on some of the stuff because of the loss he had recently. So Aldo, though, keeps getting upgraded. He's going to be an absolute monster, Reaper.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Listen, Humble, come here straight away. As you said it there, because of Rob Font's last loss, he got some stats taken away, right? But isn't it funny that last loss was Jose Aldo? So they're going to get to run it back here tonight, Doc, you know, and let's see if Dragon can get some revenge for Rob Font.
Indeed, both of them are already starting out. Uppercut there, lead hook, spinning back, but gets followed. A leg kick goes there, body kick straight already. Both of them are really starting out a very fast pace here, Humble.
There's no such thing as a feeling out process in this one. These two have come out absolutely firing, and Hummer fires down the middle as Crazy Dragon fires back. The technique of defense is out of the window, but beautiful putback from Hummer, Reaper.
Oh yeah, listen, Hummer's definitely been, the less aggressive, but he's also been the most. Oh, he might be the less aggressive fighter here at the time being, but he's also bringing the pain when he's striking back humbly. And now that's what Jose Aldo's all about. He's not over the hill just yet. He's still in his early 30s, Doc. So, Doc, if you were using Rob Font here against an updated Jose Aldo, right, as if he wasn't scary enough, that was even scarier.
Yeah, no, it gets worse. If you want to mention update, Rob Font recently had his power decreased as well in the most recent update. So it's gone from about a 90 to a 92 and 93 up down to an 89, so he hits even less powerful against a 94 power of Aldo. You've really got to use that reach. You've got to be careful. And he flips him.
We can say enough about the power, the stats. It does not matter when it comes to the player is in control of that player, and anybody can be brilliant on this night, and that's exactly what Crazy Dragon has been so far. Reaper, he's knocked his opponent down. He's got 2 minutes 30 seconds to work, and he seems to have found his range, but Aldo fires back.
Oh, come here, listen, this is a high-paced fight. No man wants to give a back step. No man wants to get behind that black line, Humble. These two men want to meet in the middle, say, this is my octagon, and you cannot have it, as he shoots for the takedown, Doc.
Hummer shoots instantly for a takedown. We already see an attempted reversal, does get it. Font now on top. Aldo, typically known for his takedown defense, is the one on bottom. A deny inside control where we see a minute 40 left on the clock, and a lot of damage can be done, Humble.
Definitely starting to get that ground and pound in, start to pepper away the block. Them slicing elbows are coming thick and fast, and Aldo gets back to side control. A posture up now from him. Goes again for the ground and pound. Reaper, and he looks like he's going to finish him.
That was way too close for my liking, Humble. That was way too close for my liking. If I'm Jose Aldo, I want to get back on the feet. Oh, he's going to wrap up the choke here, Doc.
Is it a guillotine or an anaconda? I much prefer a guillotine from this position, but an anaconda just worked just as well. Decides to ditch it though and moves to backside.
Beautiful work, and now he's got that position. What is he going to do from here? He's got 36 seconds left to work. Gets back onto mount, and Aldo's done well so far to kind of limit the damage, but from the success that he's having so far, Reaper, it looks like Crazy Dragon has been dominating this fight so far.
It does. He got the knockdown, he cemented the round in himself, and if that wasn't bad enough, Humble, he took him down, and now he's just absolutely grounding and pounding him. Aldo trying to move here at the end of the round, it's no good. That's 10-9 to Dragon, in my opinion, Doc.
It really is most likely a 10-9. You had the knockdown, you had that heavy ground and pound from the knee on belly, followed by that top mount position. Sometimes the judges would be more peculiar, maybe give it a 10-8, but this was certainly a 10-9. Lead hook to start off us with that body work as well appearing already on Crazy Dragon's end.
Definitely, and this is all about adjustments. As I said that, the uppercut smashes him to the face. Adjustments is exactly what Uma's going to have to make in this round. He's getting clipped all backwards and forwards. Crazy Dragon chasing his opponent, knocks him down, Reaper.
This could be it, Humble. If he gets the sweep, he doesn't. Jose's going to get back to his feet. He can land some knees here, get those 2 free knees off before taking the bag. And there's a free knee. But yeah, no, Dragon's fighting absolutely insane. Look at the head for Aldo there. It's just blinking like a broken traffic light, Humble. It's just blinking. You don't know what's going on. Doc, tell me, if you're Jose Aldo right now, the updated version of Jose Aldo, even at that, and your head held is this low, only in round 2, and you're rocked again.
This could be it. Lovely counter there. Ground and pound now, heavy hard, trying to do the defense, but doesn't get it.
Oh my days, it's over! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Crazy Dragon to Primetime MMA. What a debut that was. An absolutely incredible performance, and a great guy as well. Hummer's no joke, Doc. He's a fantastic player.
He really is, and Crazy Dragon made it look easy. You see that hook, the body work as well. We saw a bit of that grappling exchanges, and it worked completely in his favour.
Yeah, for sure. He used Rob Font the way Rob Font is supposed to be used. A lot of people like to use him very technically, but when you have certain ways that your opponent can handle your pressure, such as in the pocket, hey, Humble, use the pocket.
Yeah, 100%. You gotta stick where your character's the best at. You've got to make sure your opponent is dancing to your rhythm. You've got to keep them where you're good and not where they're good. But with that being said, we move on to the next fight of this evening. We're pushing it along quickly and nicely and smoothly and swiftly today. We've got K55 fight versus LW the Flash Doc. This is going to be, I believe, in bantamweight. What do you make of these two fighters, and what do you think? What do you expect to see in the third fight? Because it's been absolutely insane already.
Well, both of them are well equipped with both and versatile across the board. It's going to be a very interesting time, Reaper.
Oh, it is, absolutely. You know, I can't wait to see the bantamweight picks again. You know, we may possibly see a Yan this time. You know, we may see a Sugar Sean O'Malley, a Cody Garbrandt, a Dillashaw. It's a brand new update, Dominic Cruz. Humble, you just never know what you're going to get now since this latest patch, and it's exciting to see, Humble, I have to say.
Yeah, it definitely is, and like it always reinvigorates people. It makes people's energy go back up. You get characters such as Ankalaev, Giga Chikadze. You get all these different people that you can start to use, and then they've also updated around 20 different characters as well, and took away some of the negatives and positives. So that Amanda Nunes isn't as powerful. Juliana Pena is much more powerful. There's a lot of different characters that they've upgraded, and they've also upgraded my man Sugar Sean O'Malley. So you know, it's a beautiful time to be playing this game, and it's going to be nice because all these players are getting to experience these different characters with a different attribute. It's like a new player, a Reaper.
It's like a brand new game, Humble, isn't it? Everything's just been thrown on its head, and now since this patch, yeah, it really does come down to the picks, though, doesn't it? The brand new update, the brand new picks. You know, it's loin tingling, you could say, Humble.
Yeah, definitely, it definitely is, and you know, I think these guys are cutting the last pounds, but Doctor's probably going to be able to confirm that at the moment. But yeah, these guys are cutting the pounds.
Just cutting pounds. It's going to be an interesting time, but hopefully
live cards.
Really sorted.
Of course, the live cards are going. We've got Doc working in the back with the Wrangling team as well to get that one going. As me and Reaper break down the rest of this card, the main event, Reaper, you've got Deagle Fly versus Spartan War. Both of these guys did fantastic in the tournament. I know truly because Deagle Fly knocked me out in the first round. I was absolutely gutted, but you know something, Reaper? When he goes on and wins it, that makes me look better. So, you know, at least I was close to getting him, but he was a fantastic player in that tournament. He didn't step a foot wrong.
Oh, he didn't. Listen, Deagle was on point on last Sunday night. He was on point. He knew what his game plan was. He knew what every opponent was going to do and what that opponent, how he was better than that opponent. But Humble, we shall talk a bit more about that. But let me tell you something real quick about Spartan War, Humble, before we get good to go here. That man is a savage in that cage, and he's coming for blood tonight.
100% he is. And you said he's from Limerick in Ireland, you know, one of your homeboys there, Reaper. I'm sure you'll be cheering Spartan on tonight. You know, he's got his fans as well, so it'll be interesting. And the War team is no joke. But as we say that, it looks like these two have finally cut the pounds, Doctor. The Flash versus K5 Fired. This one looks like it's ready to go. And these two are going with Peter Yan and Jose Aldo.
Indeed. Aldo we've seen before. Sadly, Crazy Dragon knocked him out. We've got Peter Yan this time around. I think he may have had these Force and Nature perks removed, but I do have to double check that to make sure. Annoyingly, we have Streamer Eminence on this. Try to make sure in the future not to do so. It'd be greatly appreciated by all members. But with that being said, let's get straight into this, Reaper.
Oh yeah, this is it now. This is the one, right? We know how good Yan is in this game, right? We know. Come on now, we all know he's the go-to for bantamweight. I want to see what this updated version of Aldo can do to a Yan. That's what I want to see, Humble.
Yeah, and at the moment the Aldos are not on one, so it's also a question going into this one. I like the narrative, you know, but Peter Yan, you can see he's got them force of nature perks, I think it is. They can push forward and kind of put it onto his opponent. I think he might have Bulldog, I'm not sure as well, but this one looks a bit laggy at the moment. Hopefully these guys can clean this up as they go on. It is their stream, not ours, guys, but we'll do the best to commentate as these guys do the best to fight as well, Doctor.
Well, both of them are aggressive fighters. Aldo's got the punch power, so has Yan. So both of them want to go at it and just get this fight over and done with. That's entirely possible when you see the Yan already trying to put this pressure on Reaper.
Yeah, for sure. Oh! Spinning wheel kick rocks Yan.
As he takes the breath away from Reaper right there. He does look good, you're right, and he's getting caught over Reaper, and you know he's got to do a bit more damage on when he's on the outside there.
Oh yeah, listen, come here. Yan's whole idea is to move forward, push you against the cage, and unload on you. He's got boxing combinations for days. He's got the Zabit trip. He's got weapons. Beautiful calf kick to put him off balance there. Oh, he has got combinations for days, Yan. So you know if you can get Yan to the best of his ability, you wouldn't care about an updated Jose Aldo, Doc.
Yeah, Yan is arguably the best pick in bantamweight still. He's just so aggressive. He can take your health out in 2 seconds. Ooh. As you mentioned, his tools are versatile. All hell overhand does get blocked. A leg kick attempt there measured by another overhand Humble. We've still got another 3 minutes left in the round, and neither of them are having a feeling out process.
No, they're not. But the way to start with, I think the movement and the kind of, obviously there is some lag issues right there, but they seem to have sorted it out as we expected. And now they're starting to warm up. They're starting to get used to the actual connection. That's something that you've got to get used to as well. You're playing people from all around the world. You can't expect everybody's connection to be right. You've just got to adapt on the situation, Reaper. And that's something both of these guys are doing right now and finding out.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, when you go into a fight that has lag, you know, it can be very off-putting. Oh!
Still managed to get lovely head movement off even on the
goodness.
wonky connection. And 2 minutes left on the clock, Reaper, and we already see Flash starting to looking very better, I suppose. Words.
Yes, definitely. LW Flash, that is, Doc, as well. The man is now a part of the LW camp. As we lock up an armbar here, especially with this connection, Humble, it could be close with this connection.
Yeah, he looks like he's doing fine, though. It looks like an LW there for K5 Fired as he tries to go for this one. But Aldo's impressed me so far. He's got to be careful of not getting slammed on his head, and he doesn't. And he's maybe, Doc, this is quite a smart little move of his to try and like gauge some of the distance, the pattern, of the ground. And you can see him slowly catching up, so he's learning on the job right there. And it's actually kind of starting to go. Reaper might have been right. I might be wrong here, Doctor.
It is looking very close, looking like he may actually get it, and it's going to be close. He does
he got
actually
it.
get it.
Oh, what the crap.
Well,
my goodness.
Happened.
That was like Usain Bolt injuring his leg and trying to finish the finish line, and the other guy catching back up. That was insane. He was so far ahead. That is crazy. Now, there's going to be question marks there. Of course there is, because of what we've got. This obviously Pink wasn't the best, but like I said, you've got to adjust, you've got to adapt, and that's what K5 Fire did, Reaper.
Oh yeah, he's seen a weakness. He's seen the stamina was low. He was like, hey, if nothing else, I'll get some reads off of this. But no reads tonight. He went out there and he said, I am taking this arm home. It is mine. Give me that.
Give me that, exactly, Doc. We've got Purple Urkel versus Mega Tony next. Another guy from the LW camp, I believe, Reaper. LW Purple Urkel. Is he still in LW? And what can you tell us about him?
Purple Urkel still is in LW, and you know he's grown in his time on the sticks. You know, I've got to see Purple really grow and learn new combinations and learn some good wrestling. And I know Purple Urkel loves his Sean O'Malley. You know, that's his guy. That's his go-to man. That's his favorite fighter, UFC fighter. So you'll never see anybody else used by Purple Urkel in bantamweight. But Mega Tony, no joke either, Doc. You know, Mega Tony and Purple have fought each other, as you can see there, 7 times. So, you know, God knows what it is. Could be league fights, could be spars, but they still fought 7 times.
Yeah, they fought 7 times. You're gonna know how they fight, but it's in a league fight, Humble. You never know how it goes. The nerves, the people watching, it's always the case. You never know how a fight's going to turn out, even if they do have previous experience.
100%, and that's the thing. Like, you never know how these fights are going to go. You get people. Nobody picked Eaglefly, not many people apart from his people in his team and himself to win that tournament last week. And when it happened, it was a shock to me. You know, like he came out of nowhere and beat me, and then started beating everyone else. And we know he took a break last season, but he was a fantastic competitor. And this is everybody in this division. When you're fighting in a league fight, you can come out of nowhere and do great one season, even if you've had a bad season before. And tonight we're going to get to see Purple Urkel really open up and really showcase himself, Reaper.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as you can see there, Mega Tony wants Purple Urkel straight onto the ground. And Doc, or Humble, just to bring it back to the GP, you think you have a hard Anakin picked me to win the whole thing and then beat me in the first round. So that's insult there, that is. But as we see Purple Urkel here on the ground, first thing he wants to do is get back to his feet and start trading on the feet. Now, what I want to see from Purple Urkel here, Doc, is I want to see him out of range, using his long kicks, his long combinations, and then getting out of range. No, don't stay there with a Rob Font, especially when you don't need to.
Yeah, use that multiple jab straight of O'Malley's, just poke, prod, make sure that jab's established so you're always there in his face, but making sure that you can't get that takedown going off against your back against the cage, though, is definitely not where you want to be, Humble.
It definitely isn't. With the Sean O'Malley, you've got to stay at the range. But Rob Font can kind of mitigate that. You know, he kind of does a really good job of closing the distance because of the movement he has with his boxing. And he throws those nice little kicks as well. We all know you put your punches, your kicks behind your punches, and if you're going to set up your punches as well, you're going to throw your kicks first to set up that to close the distance. And that's exactly what you can see right now. But Sean O'Malley needs to keep him at range, use them long pushing strikes, keep him where he is, and then usually, hopefully, to set him up for some big strike with some feints, Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Humble, Purple loves that straight and then the kicks to the body, and then he uses that, and then you'll see if we make it into the third round, Purple will start throwing the straight to the head kick. So around the fight, around the first and second round of the fight, he's already setting up traps, and you don't even know it until he's cracked you with a head kick. So I'm looking to see if he pulls out his combinations here tonight, Doc, and I'd like to see him maybe stop getting tagged as much as he is.
Well, yeah, well, you have the body kicks. You have also the side kicks, which I'd like to see more. Getting that little push kick away, putting your opponent back against the cage, just to maintain that distance in a very effective measure. A get up here, lovely job, even from that quick takedown, making no time flying the attempt there. Another one tracks.
Can we get 21 flying knees like we got 21 overhands?
I think it was 22 overhands even.
Oh, nice work. Goes for the head kick though. Doesn't quite catch it. And now you can see Rob Font kind of picking up some space from Megatoni. He's still got to be defensively sound. I do believe he's got to push his opponent back. I think he was doing a bit better when he was using the mixed martial arts aspect of this game. You know, boxing and striking and kickboxing with Sean O'Malley's where he wants to be, Reaper. You've got to mix it up. You've got to put it on your opponent. You've got to make him think.
Absolutely, Humble. You can see Purple's really starting to kind of get the kind of sense of range here now. He's using the straight, he's using the body kick, he's setting it up. Oh, he missed the spinning heel kick. But he needs to not be doing too much of that, Humble. You know, he can't be spinning like that in the first round, especially with a very aggressive Rob Font. Oh my goodness.
He had such a good beginning round, ducked straight into the uppercut. Font caught him, guess he's back taken, but with no time left in the round, it's a very quick end. Humble, you got to think that O'Malley's going to have a bit less confidence coming into this second round, even if he did land a couple of good flying knees there.
Yeah, new round though, new beginnings, and even though that was a close round right there, I think, you know, they still had the moments. Both guys had the moments. You had a couple of flying knees, a big knockdown there from Rob Font, and you've got to think, if I'm Purple Urkel, I've got to make some adjustments. I've got to not play my opponent's game plan. There's got to be a clear path to winning this one, and Sean O'Malley, it usually is on the feet, so I'd like to see Purple use a lot more body strikes, mix it up, and use length. Reaper, you got to have length when you're fighting, Rob Font.
Puts him down the question mark. You do. You know, Purple keeps making the mistake, and it's a mistake I've seen him make a few times. I'd like to see him kind of get rid of. Is he always marches to the center of the cage, and he just wants to fight. You know, we love it as commentators. It's great to see, but maybe in a league fight, you know, use your game plan. You're using Sean O'Malley, you know, use your long strikes, your straights, your even feint a leg kick, get him to bring his hands low. But Doc, he just seems to be a little bit confused right now by Rob Font's combinations and how easy it is at the minute for Rob Font to actually tag him.
Yeah, and that is sometimes the case. You see the head kick miss there, as you saw mentioned earlier, the traps with the body kick now starting to come appear with the head kick. Lovely body kick there. It just seems his entire striking technique is more sporadic and not very technical, so he's firing a lot of shots consistently, but he isn't really understanding what's working, what's not, to some extent. Humble.
Yeah, it's also the movement of Rob Font. Negatoni's doing a great job of kind of every single time that Purple Urkel goes into the entry, he tries to enter the pocket. Megatoni deals with the entry, so he deals with the first sort of initial reaction to try and get into the entry of the pocket. And when he tries to fire it, he deals with it, defends it, and nothing else comes behind it because he's out of range. And that's kind of what he's doing a great job. The entry for Purple Urkel at the moment is not kind of working. He needs to use his kick to close the distance to land with his punching, because at the moment his punching's not quite catching him.
Yeah, you're spot on, Humble. And not only that, Humble, but if you can notice a little thing about what Purple's doing is when he's not going first, it's when he's moving forward and Megatoni's hitting him. Purple's just walking into range. He doesn't care. He just wants to get into range. So he's taking these shots on the block, and then he's getting caught with either another straight, or he's getting caught with a hook. Purple needs to go first with the length of his legs and his arms, you know. And here's another shot.
Gets it.
He went for a Kimura as he tried to take him down. That's next level stuff there. That is there.
I'm sure he pulled his arm around his back.
Tries a quick get up there, doesn't get it. Deny moving into back sitting. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. Another deny. This is a lovely job there by Font. Now looking to rain down some heavy ground and pound. Humble.
Yeah, he is, and he's doing a good job of mixing it up, as we talked about earlier on. You know, this isn't just a kickboxing fight. It's not just a boxing fight. There's other options, and that's why it's so hard to be an MMA fighter. You don't have to just worry about one thing. You've got to worry about multitudes of things. You've got to worry about tons of different things as this fight is happening, and that's just in the game as well. If you let your opponent think about one thing, it becomes a bit easier, a bit more predictable. You give them a chance, you give them a shot, and that is what Megatoni is taking away from Purple Urkel at the moment, Reaper.
Yeah, you're spot on, Humble. Megatoni's really using Rob Font to the fullest of this mixed martial arts fight. You know, he's happily engaging in takedowns, even though he's having success. An armbar. We seen this last time. What's the ping like this time?
We did.
That may be an option for O'Malley going into the next round, though.
You know, you're using Rob Font here, Doc, and you're having so much success on the feet. But to take someone down when you're having so much success on the feet, it's kind of like saying, I'm beating you in the stand-up, and now I'm going to beat you on the ground as well. It's kind of that thing of, where can you be better than me?
Yeah, you take away the confidence, right? You take away the sort of any sort of confidence and momentum that the opponent gets, and that's exactly what Megatoni's been doing a fantastic job of this fight. It's a really, really, really high-level IQ fight from the terms of Megatoni, because he's just approached this one beautifully, and he's not kind of put a foot wrong yet, apart from the flying knees. But this is Purple Urkel mixing it up. I like it. I like the aggression. I like the narrative of trying to like beat a guy when he's been beating you on your back. You want to show him the top, because usually the top guy, Reaper, he's the guy who's kind of doing really well.
Yeah, you know, it was smart of Purple to take him down. You know, Purple basically said, hey, you've had your time on top and you couldn't really do much with it. At least I threw up a submission, so let me do my work now. Let me see what I can do. But Doc, here he is. He's absolutely swinging like a wild man. Swinging like he's Mike Tyson minus the power, Doc.
My biggest issue when it comes to Megatoni is he's doing a fantastic job across the board. He's making sure he's in that pocket, making defensively sound. It's just his counters. I've seen it a few times now where he just has not managed to do the right counter. He may have risked not getting a knockout KO. Although both of them are still going out at a jab straight there. And Knee finally gets a massive counter there, looking for the finish.
That for a counter? Damn.
Makes
beautiful work.
Over words.
And look at this Purple Urkel shooting. He's in trouble right now, though, and he knows he's in trouble. He's trying to get some sort of offense, maybe just saving face, because Megatoni seems to be having his way with him right now, and he gets reversed right now, and Sean O'Malley's in a dangerous position. Megatoni going for the arm triangle Reaper, and this could be it.
This could be it, you know. I know Purple, he has very, very low stamina. Megatoni's just about full there, but, you know, Purple going for the takedown may not have been the best bet when you're 2 rounds down and you need to win by a knockout. You know, maybe he thought he could get some ground and pound off or get a cheeky sub, but, you know, it seems to be turned on him at the minute.
Yeah, definitely. And Doc, what do you got to do here for your Purple Urkel? What do you got to do to try and win this fight?
I think Purple Urkel is looking for the armbar mainly. We've got minute 30 left on the clock, so he's got to make sure he gets it. Otherwise, he's going to have issues. Go straight into that side control position now. O'Malley's in a very difficult position. He's out of stam, 2 rounds down, and on bottom. Reaper.
He is, Doc. He is. You know, what Megatoni's doing here right now is, and I've done this to opponents in the past, I'm basically just taking your will to even care how this fight goes. You know, at this point, I'm basically just saying, I'm up 2 rounds, I'm going to control you on the ground, and you're going to have to just absolutely take it, because I have been fighting better this fight, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the last 30 seconds, right? That's the IQ fight so far, and he's just picking them apart. This is a great performance so far, and he rolls them into side control now. 20 seconds left on the clock. Sorry. Can Purple Urkel come back in this one? Mishap, boys. Oh, God.
Well, here we go. Well, what do we got? We're done. Okay, so I think we're going to safely say it's Megatoni 30-27, but, you know, with these MMA judges, Doc, you can get some wonky decisions, man.
Oh, Jesus. He can indeed. And Doctor might have took a little bit of a break for a second while he might sort of be sorting out in the back. It's been crazy this going on in the fight in the back so far, Reaper. A great fight there and a great win for Megatoni. Megatoni picking up a decisive decision over a grizzly young vet as well in Purple Urkel. And I think that's a really good performance from Megatoni, Reaper.
It is, you know, and I've fought these 2 men before, so I've seen the best out of these 2 men, and I know Purple Urkel will be disappointed with his performance there, but there's absolutely no need, you know. Megatoni is no joke, you know. Sometimes you have those nights where you just show up and show out, and sometimes you have those nights where you have to go back to your camp and say, okay, look, I messed up here, where do we go from here? And they'll take you, they'll train you even better, and you'll come back the next time. So don't hang your head low, Purple, and, you know, back in the gym, back on your craft, and it'll come back. But congratulations to Megatoni for a very, very dominated win and a very good, smart game plan to use the whole lot of mixed martial arts.
Definitely. And a big shout out to everybody that's joined us today for Primetime MMA. It's a fantastic event so far. We've got a fantastic event up and coming for you this evening. We're just getting the guys ready in the back, Doctor. I don't know the situation that, but can you give us a quick update on them too, and if they're cutting their final pounds?
Should be going up now. Both of them are good and sorted. We've got the last few pounds being done and dusted, Humble.
And let's talk about these two guys. We've got Johnny versus YU Solim, and also a massive shout out to Fadinator, who's been doing the matchmaking for us recently. One of the Xbox guys doing the PlayStation matchmaking, and he's done a fantastic job tonight because we got these two guys right now. Johnny came in from last season 2-0, and one of the Icelandic guys, Conor McGregor's brother, and Gunnar Nelson from there, and you've got on the other side as well. You've got a fantastic new coming through in Why So Johnny Reaper.
Yeah, those Icelandic boys, they can fight. That's one thing I'll tell you, is they know how to fight and they like their striking. And then you have YU Liam, brand new comer. Looks like he might be going with the Jorge Masvidal pick here. I'd like to see that, And, hey, make a statement. Why not? Hey, go for it, Humble, this is your time to shine. So, yeah, why not?
Definitely. And you're going to pick those sort of characters. You've got to perform though, and I had the pleasure of sparring Johnny actually last night, I believe it was. He sent me an invite and we had some spars, and fantastic little player. He's got some tricky combinations and you can't let him get going. If you're not in the face of Johnny and you're letting him plan his next attack, he's a difficult opponent to face. On the other hand, a debut coming from YU Liam, and it's going to be interesting to see what he can do. We constantly have debut stock, and sometimes you get that little diamond in the rough that comes through that you don't know a lot about. All of a sudden they appear on Primetime or any of these other leagues and they come out of nowhere.
They really do come out of nowhere. The diamonds in the rough are always the most interesting fighters to pay attention to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And as you can see, look at that calf. Is that not the most Icelandic thing you have ever seen in your life, Humble? Huh? He is representing well, and he is ready for war here. So I'm looking forward to this, to see a 4.5 Masvidal taking on a 4-star calf.
Yeah, definitely. Them Icelandic boys. I've been to Iceland. I know it's like there. Reykjavik is a beautiful place, but I tell you what, it's cold. You made a toughness out there. You're in the mountains, in the volcanoes, in the coldest parts of the world. These guys are no mugs. They know how to fight on an everyday basis as well as in the cage.
Oh. The slam from Masvidal on the ground. So what's the game plan here, Doc, if you're Jorge? Do you want to get back to the feet, or do you maybe just, hey, I'll chill out on the ground for a little bit. I want to test you and see what you're like on the ground.
Yeah, making sure to grapple on the ground, mix it up between the striking and the grappling is always a key part, as Humble's mentioned a couple of times now. It's the sport of MMA. You're going to want the mixed martial artists here. We see the sprawl. The best point here is just to work the body, get a deny. Could go for a guillotine if he wanted to. Does go for it, and we could be looking at an early sub.
Nice work right now, chasing him around the circle. And we all know the faster you move, if you're the blue player, and the faster you move right now, the bigger your bar goes. So you've got to keep it patient. You've got to keep it relaxed. At the same time, you've got to out-trick your opponent, Reaper. You've got to misdirect them, make them not follow your bar, and just have enough so you can get ahead. And we've all seen it before as well. They can come from behind. You just can't panic. The composure's got to be there with them submissions as well.
Yeah, of course, the composure has always got to be there, whether you've got full stamina, whether you've got half, whether you've got low. You can't allow yourself to start panicking. The second you start panicking, the person that has that choke in gets even more confident, as they say, see you panicking, so remain calm on the floor, Doc, and you'll be good. But we are seeing a lot more grappling, Doc, than I thought we would. As I say that, he stands up.
Well, it's always the case. Sometimes you see people who pick strikers realise that they don't want to strike. Instead, they want to grapple. Normally because their opponent is a bit annoying on the feet, just a bit frustrating. Could be multiple reasons there. We see a body kick, switch kick does miss, though. A minute 20 left on the clock, Humble, and both of them seem fairly well in terms of head and body health. The main thing that seems to be attacked here, though, is the stamina.
Oh, yeah, the defense is starting to be a little bit better from both guys. They're starting to read each other a lot better. And I was going to make a point that you said a second ago, just add on to the point of that. It's not only does it mix up the striking and you mix up the grappling together, it sets up your striking as well. It's another option for them to think about. If you start grappling people and they don't like it, they start to think, I don't want to be on the floor. Therefore, they start blocking that button that stops them from being on the floor, opening up your strikes to the head. So it's a great way to set up strikes as well, Reaper.
It is indeed, and especially with the power that Masvidal has in his hands, if you can get someone blocking low, you're having a good time. You're picking your shots left, right, and centre, Doc.
You really, really are. Masvidal has the ability to
Oh,
spin, spin, heel kick you, punch you in the face, kickbox you in a multitude of ways. If you can make sure that they aren't blocking the head and you get clipped by Masvidal's power in his hands or legs, it's going to be a very painful time for you.
definitely. And these guys are sat in the corner right now, rejuvenating and reviving, trying to get those drinks in as they come back to the center. And what am I expecting from these guys, Reaper? I'm expecting some bigger strikes to take your opportunities to try and cause your opponent to do some, to miss some shots, with some shots, and make them punish. And if you can't do that, put it on them. Put it on them. Go after them and try and get them out of there, because you don't want to go to a decision and lose on a decision when you haven't put everything into the fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Come here, look, if you have stamina left like this and you're in round two, don't leave nothing to chance. Leave nothing to the judges. You know, these two men, even on the ground, seem 50-50. And now on the feet, they seem 50-50. So it's a good fight. I'd like to see maybe one man kind of push the pace a little bit more, which I would assume would be the Masvidal, right? I mean, you've got the power there. You can rely on your head movement. So maybe move a little bit more forward. I feel like Masvidal was made to move forward, Doc.
I think he's got a perk which makes him move faster on the front foot as well. Although we do see a flying knee there, both of them meeting in the middle to trade. Masvidal's kickboxing also seems to be a bit crisper, but it seems to be do have Johnny coming back though, keeping the boxing very tight as you see there, Humble though.
Yeah, it's definitely Johnny's one of the people who needs to read. He needs to make reads. He needs data. He's data to get going, and I think he's starting to get that data. He's starting to download some of that information. He's got to be careful of his body stamina and his body health and his stamina, because it keeps getting drained. And when Masvidal's doing that to you, there's an issue there, because if Masvidal doesn't also have the best stamina, Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely. That roundhouse has been there for the whole fight for Masvidal. And there's a roundhouse by Johnny there, returning one back. You know, only positive thing about that roundhouse is Johnny's actually standing in southpaw, so he can actually hit Wiseau Liam in the liver. But let's see if he goes for it again, Doc. I'd like to see him work the stamina, which is what he's doing now, because you can see that Masvidal may have a little bit of an advantage as of right now, Doc.
Yeah, both of them are just fairly content working that switch kick, digging down to that body again. Uppercut that nearly clips in the hook, does so. A minute 50 left on the clock. A teep follows suit. A front kick gets
he's got a chance. He goes to the body. Goes to the head.
Slipped.
Nice work right there. Sidestepped his front kick and kid him to the liver, as we talked about a second ago. Some beautiful liver shots firing backwards and forwards. They were playing ping pong with kicks to the body a second ago, and now they're going back to it again, Reaper.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And look, Johnny now, he's really starting to get his reads off. When I said I wanted someone to take over this fight, Johnny's really starting to catch Masvidal now. And he's having a really, really good showing with a calf he is, Doc. I'm really, really liking this performance. He's where he's supposed to be right now.
Indeed, he is. He's just saying a fairly measured approach. Both of them digging down to that body and making sure that they don't ignore the head. At the same time, a spinning death kick as an attempt, lead hook counters then, and another knee follows suit. Humble.
I love the spinning death kick that you've got. That's amazing. It's the spinning death kick, and he survives it. But you know, he comes back to the body again. I love that from Wiseau Liam. Nice adjustment. Throws the straight with the lead body kick, and that worked beautifully. Cuts off the movement of your opponent as well. And this one's a back and forth. I like how Johnny's made it dirty in this round, Reaper. He really seems to have kind of narrowed out the margin that Masvidal had at their first round, and it seems anybody's ball game at the moment.
It is. You know, Johnny had a really good round that round, and Wiseau Liam was kind of playing catch up for a little bit toward this middle of it. But, you know, it all comes down to this third round. God knows how these judges have scored it. So you can't take a round off here, Doc. You know, you need to cement yourself as the winner of this fight and get a rock, get a drop, do whatever you can to submit in those judges' eyes that you are the winner of this fight.
Making sure the judges believe you are the winner is the most crucial part, and knockdown's going to do that. But Masvidal having a bit of issues here. He's slowly putting on this pressure now. Suddenly does get slipped out of the way, and a takedown by Johnny does get defended though, Humble.
Nice work. Now he's got him against the fence. He's mixing it up again. He's talking about what we were doing earlier on. He's being smart. He's using that IQ, but he's going to get reversed right now. And why you saw Liam is coming on strong and basically starting to take over this fight in the early stages of this third round.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's a close bout, right? We can't score it. You know, even if we wanted to, we couldn't score this fight, Doc. It's just that close. These two men are so evenly matched, and I'm shocked it's so evenly matched with a Masvidal pick, you know, against a calf. But, you know, Johnny's just been playing the calf way his way, and he's really hung in there in the fight. And win or lose by both of these men, they're having a really good showing of themselves, Doc.
They really are having a very good showing. Here we see the kick there, and both of them are going at it again. A flying knee attempt does fantastic, does get the stun. Head kick does gas him out, though. And body kick gets the body stun Humble, and both of them are just having a back and forth fight in these last 2 minutes.
And I'm telling you, Johnny went 2-0 last season as well. We've got to credit why you saw Liam in this one. He seems to have a fantastic fight. It's a fantastic fight so far. He showed he deserves to be in here into the primetime cage. And he catches him square in the face with a push kick right there. This fight is still up for grabs for anyone. Nothing major has happened in this round yet. And whoever wants it the most, Reaper, will take it in the last 2 minutes of this third round.
Oh, yeah, we're at the 2-minute warning for both men here. But these two men have got, well, you know, Johnny has a bit of more of the stamina, but, you know, you need to go for broke here. You need to cement yourself as the winner of this fight. Both of these men are playing just you hit me, I hit you. Nah, get out of that, lads. Go for the kill, yeah. You're on prime time. You're in prime time MMA. We settle for nothing less than warriors here, lads. Go for broke. Have your moment, Doc.
Both of them are going at it, making this into a true brawl in the last minute or so. Gassed out, but want to still put the pace on. Probably going to end up a decision, but I say that, but with the rate they're going, they may end up with a KO sometime.
Oh! Big shot to the body from why you saw Liam, and Johnny's firing back right now. A big switch kick comes back from why you saw Liam, and these guys have got 40 seconds to win this fight. Who wants it more? This is going to be the deciding factor. This final 30 seconds of this fight right now as he fires down the center, Reaper.
Tell you now, man, these lads need to go for it, yeah. This has got me riled up for my fight. This does, Humble. I am ready to see someone fall. This is prime time.
Let's go.
This is it, man. This is prime time at its finest. Two absolute warriors, two game soldiers, man. I love it, Doc.
Indeed. Lovely job by both opponents. They worked the body, worked the head. They worked every aspect they could during that fight.
Who won that fight?
Who
won that fight?
We did.
Comfy.
We won that fight.
That's the answer. That's the answer. We didn't even set that up in the back beforehand, guys. That's natural ability right there from Reaper. Beautiful work. But yeah, that was a fans fight for sure. And these guys put it on the line. A lot of IQ as well coming from both guys. I'll be interested to see who takes this one. Is Johnny going to stay undefeated? He is.
Oh,
wow, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Iceland, stand up. You've got a victory.
Definitely. And why you saw Liam could not take anything but praise for his performance. I thought he did a fantastic job. Maybe some minor adjustments here and there, but I enjoyed his fight nonetheless. And I felt Reaper, I felt he did a great job of showing up there. And that's a Division 20 top undefeated player in primetime at the moment. It's not easy to do that to somebody with the hype of Johnny at the moment.
Absolutely, you know. Both men stood there in the centre toward the end, Humble, and gave us exactly what we wanted. Ultimate mayhem. We had it. It was great. And you know what? Both of those men, congratulations. You just made me very happy, which is a very hard thing to do, Doc. So congratulations to those men.
Slight change of plans. We're going to go a fight ahead now. Going to another PS fight of TMM Abazant versus R Palm this time, Reaper.
Oh yeah, this is my guy, TMM AJ Bads versus Orpam. You know, AJ is a killer in the cage. I can't say enough good things about this man. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to show what TMM is about, Humble. You know, we are coming to take over. At one stage we'll get there. Everything starts with a root and grows into something beautiful. So that's what we're looking to do here. So TMM AJ Bads is going to go in here and perform and show out tonight.
Yeah, well, you say that and you've got fans in the chat of our palmies saying that they're going to slaughter AJ Bad. So this has got some people crosshairs in the chat and on the commentary team as well. So great work. This is going to be a marvelous fight. And I've had the pleasure of fighting AJ Bads. You know, he's a great player. He's a great all-round, has a great all-round skill set. His ability to adapt is fantastic. And he did well in the Grand Prix as well.
That is AJ Vaz in the chat saying he's going to get more at Humble. That's my guy there, taking Humble off his P's and Q's. Good man, AJ. Good man.
He's saying he's going to get slaughtered himself. Is that what he's saying?
He says he was ready to see AJ get slaughtered. I think he's trolling you there, Humble. He is.
Got me, you little
gangster. Little gangster he is, isn't he, Doc? What?
Oh, it's a brilliant time. We're in a flyweight division this time. Dillashaw versus a calf by looks of it. Both of them readying up now, and without further ado, let's get straight into the fight, Humble.
Definitely. We've got to credit Doc tonight. He's doing multiple jobs in the background as well, guys. He's working his butt off and earning his respect tonight, sorting out fights while commentating, while multitasking. He's incredible at doing his work, and he does so much for the Primetime community. But we're about to see another banger, Reaper. Two guys ready to go in, and they're going to be a bit faster than usual. We've got AJ Bads picking Askarov, and then we've got another calf fighter. It seems like the floodgates have opened up. The calf fighters are walking in, ready to show what they're made of.
Does indeed, Askarov's a great pick there. And I don't know about that calf, if that's flyweight. I think we want to get that thing tested for EPO or steroids or something, because that thing is huge. That's a welterweight there, that is, Doc.
It really does look like a massive cast. It looks like lightweight or welterweight, as you mentioned. Both of them already engaging. Askarov getting the better of the fight. Couple of leg kicks checked, and that left leg is already looking like it's suffering, Humble.
Definitely, and you've got I believe it's the second deaf fighter that I can think of in the UFC that's performed apart from Matt Hamill. Askarov's an interesting character because he's beat the champion, or he drew with the champion there, Diego Brandao, the former champion anyway, and now he's got his claim to try and fight for that belt eventually. You've got Kai France in there as well, but great takedown work from Askarov. That's his main game set, Reaper. He's fantastic at keeping people on the ground, but not at the moment.
He is indeed, and this is a minor thing here. The TMM AJ Bads will get back to his feet here, and we will go again on the feet. But as you said there, Humble, really quickly, another calf pick. The floodgates have indeed been open, and after you've seen someone have so much success with a calf, maybe we could see more calves in Primetime MMA. I wouldn't be opposed to it, though.
Calves are always a very interesting time. The most notable calf name I've seen, at least within the big scene, is Daniel Freeman, having massive success in terms of ESFL as well as major competitions. But it's always nice to see new people use calves. It's where I started, in fact, when it comes to league. So it's always nice to see that side of the fight game being represented.
Excuse me, the Moroccan Lion.
Oh yes, and the Moroccan Lion.
Nice word, goes into side control right now, and then he goes for the crucifix, but gets denied. And yeah, the problem is with the calves as well, they are 4-star picks. They have some good attributes and some good move sets, but the stats wise are not always the best. As he gets crumbled like a building falling down, Reaper, he gets absolutely dropped right there.
That was the overhand of doom. That was put him down, sat him down, and said, right, now it's my time to shine. I just took this round away from you. What have you got to show me, Doc?
Oh, he's trying to go for that crucifix side saddle. I think he's better off going for top mount. We've seen Arpam have a bit of difficulty on the grappling exchanges, and so he can get to that top mount, start raining down that pressure. It's probably the one of the most damaging positions he can do. Getup's not having any success. Finally gets the top mount, a minute left on the clock, but we end back in half guard, Reaper.
Yeah, and AJ Bads is doing a great job here, just controlling on the ground. He's got the knockdown. He's secured the round. No matter what everything else that's happened before that, he's secured the round right now, Humble. And he's on top. He's taking his time. He has no rush to do this. He's got 3 rounds to do this. So, as I said, that he gets reversed, Humble.
He does get reversed, and he's on top right now, but goes for the get. Very interesting tell right there. Maybe he just wanted some damage off. But AJ Bads has done a great job of controlling this round. Great drop as well that he had with that overhand. And he's coming back right now for the head kick. He's going to get caught. He gets caught. And this could be it. Arpam going ham onto his head right now. And I believe we just lost Reaper, but we'll be back in a second, though.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Interesting shenanigans there. So that's a very interesting round. We've seen both of them have some success in the grappling, both of them have some success in the striking. We had that massive overhand, you see, clipping him straight on the nose, falling him down. But we also saw his opponent come back out, get the stun, nearly get the finish, did get us out in the end. So coming into the second round, Humble, it's going to be this very close game between who's going to be able to get the better shots off, who's going to have the better grappling game.
Yeah, but the control through that round, the majority of the round for me came from Askarov. The damage as well. You can see the legs kind of hurt. He didn't just focus on the head. Did a fantastic job going low and setting them shots up as well, Reaper. And I'd like to see Arpam make the necessary adjustments that he needs to make to kind of counter AJ Bads' style so far. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from AJ Bads.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on, Humble. AJ Bads he's one of those fighters that the longer the fight goes, the better he gets. He's almost like a Dustin Poirier. He kind of gets your reads, and then second and third round he'll start whooping ass like it's no one else's business. But as you said there as well, Arpam needs to make the requisite adjustments, and he's doing just that. He's putting hands to face, and he's basically saying, if you want me out, take me out, Doc.
He's been, just to mention Arpam, he's had some success there. We saw him land a head kick, whiffs the head kick there though. You see the left leg though, that's mainly from him throwing it and getting checked. It has been amazing. Like, he's thrown the leg, Askrov's been able to check it, and it's just caused him massive issues from the end of the second, end of the first, sorry, to the beginning of the second, Humble.
Oh, nice work right now, and he's going for the mixing it up, going for the takedown as well. I'm liking the prelim guys are getting better and better and better. These guys, the IQ Reaper, they're like, I know we like to see these absolute mad slugfest sometimes, but these fights are important. We're at the start of the season. We haven't even talked about this yet. 2 fights away could get you a title shot. 2 wins away from a title shot. All these guys are, you know, and that's exactly what AJ Bads has come. He's come with no intention to mess about in this fight. He means business, and he will do anything to win this fight. You can tell.
Oh yeah, as you said, Humble, like, we're at the start of the season, right? So every win counts for something. Whether you're on a 2-fight win streak, a 1-fight win streak, or whatever it is, it's the start of the season. This is where you get your ranks, where you get to be over certain guys that, you know, in the later half of the season would rise and continue like 5-6 win streaks, so to speak. So this is an important fight for both of these men, not just anything else. But he's stuck here now in Crucifix. This could be an issue, Doc. This will be a really bad issue. I know AJ Bad has a fantastic ground game when he's in this kind of position.
It really is. A minute 30 left on the clock. We saw a lot of elbows land there. A denying side saddle can be massive for him. He's letting the stamina build up though each time. He's not kind of going overexerting himself, which is kind of an interesting shenanigan. Here we see though top mount Humble, and this could be bad times for our partner.
Yeah, he's going for the armbar right now, and this could be it. He's going to be chasing a big... Oh, no, it's over. It is over. It is over, Reaper. As soon as I seen that defense from our palm, he needs to slow it down. He needs to calm down. He's going left or right to left or right, and AJ Bats is taking advantage.
This is where I came in. We said earlier on about the panicking, right? You can't be panicking when the opponent has whatever stamina he has, but there you go. TMM 1-0, AJ Bads, very, very good showing. Arpam, don't hold your head low by any means necessary. That was a great performance. You chose a calf. I'm sure you'll be back next week. Keep the head up, get back on the grind. But yeah, congratulations to my teammate AJ Baz there. Very, very happy for him and proud of him for that win there. And he got a submission win, which I know he really, really wanted, Doc.
Indeed, the submission win's always interesting. Suggestion with that type of sub defense, make sure to squeeze the trigger, not just press it. They're touch sensitive, and so just doing that normally ends up that way, and it allows easy tracking. With that being said though, fantastic job by both opponents. As you saw, Arpam had some fantastic striking, but AJ Zad just exploited the weakness of his opponent.
Definitely did. And we didn't even talk about this earlier on, but we are going into a new season and people like AJ Bads are getting big wins right there. And we've also changed it up as well. The way we've done matchmaking and the way we're doing matchmaking going forward has been completely different. I think it's something we can talk about in prime time because it brings a fresh new look to things, is that we have somebody like Fadinator doing the PlayStation side, even though he's kind of learning on the job, watching these people fight, judging these people off their performances tonight to make matchups in the future. And that's exactly what these guys have got. They've got a fresh, no sort of history before them look upon the matchmaking team, and the matchmaking team's coming in and giving them fights, but they're based on their performances and not on history. So I think that's massively important, Reaper. These guys that could be fighting the top competition in this promotion within a fight, within 2 fights, just based on these performances.
Absolutely, you're spot on, Humble. And the thing about it as well is, you can't hide from those guys forever. The only way you're going to improve is to fight those guys as well. You know, as I've been there myself, I fought the champion myself, and we went 4 very hard rounds, and he came out on top. But you just have to fight these guys, Doc. You know, you have to fight them. There's no way around it. You have to go through them to get to the belt, and that's the mindset of a true champion. You forget about the name and you say it's 2 normal men in the cage. Let's get it.
Definitely. Anyone can win the fight on the day as well, Doctor, as you know. And it looks like we're going the lightweight division. He's gone random. What do you think of that, Doctor?
I'm just saying that's a mental choice. Going random's an interesting time. Poirier and Eddie Alvarez though in the lightweight division. Eddie Alvarez plays a very aggressive game. On the other hand, Poirier, who's got rubber guard, he's got all the tools, a bit like a Yan pick.
He does indeed, Obviously, you know, Dustin Poirier being the better of the two, but I'm telling you now, lads, Eddie Alvarez has a chin and he's got some power. And if you're using Eddie Alvarez, get into the pocket straight away and you put the body work on him and then get him down, right? Humble, that's got to be the way forward.
You got to mix it up. We talked about it earlier on. The thing is about that. is that, Poirier's decent off his back as well. So you might just want to use the box. I've been surprised a few times by fighting the picks of Eddie Alvarez. But we've got to remember Zazaya didn't pick this character. It was chose for him. So how well he knows the character is going to prevail. And prevailing he is as he unpacks the curtain and releases a bombshell onto his chin, Doctor.
He does a fantastic job getting the stun now. Now we see the grappling exchanges. Eddie Alvarez doesn't have the best grappling overall. He's more of a wrestling base, so being on bottom isn't the place to be. Desire, though, staying fairly patient, just wanting to build this GA now. Finally goes in the half guard. Uruguay, or how you pronounce his name, just going to call him Poirier, I feel like right now, Humble. He's going to have to work to get a position, I feel like.
I cry, I think it is. But yeah, that's a beautiful little strike right there he's doing. And I like the denial Reaper. He needs to do more of that if he wants to continue dominating this fight.
He does indeed. He's sitting on top here. He's moving over into side control, and I kind of ate my words. I did, Humble. I did say Eddie Alvarez, would be the one in the shoot but Poirier, shot, and he gets reversed. So let's see what Eddie Alvarez can do on top here, Doc.
Eddie Alvarez does get on top. The GA also going massively in his favour and possibly looks to the top. Mount does so, and this could be a very big time for Poirier to be very careful of.
Nice work now, peppering away at his opponent. He's building the grappler advantage, showing us some knowledge right now and moves into side control. Gonna get some ground and pound off again. He's just slowly getting reads on his opponent. I'm liking the way he's playing with this pick. You can tell he's well versed on the ground, and he's starting to read some patterns, Reaper.
He is indeed, and he's been very, very calm as well. He's not making any unnecessary movements. Poirier gets back to the feet there, but he goes for the trip but doesn't get it. So now we're back on the feet, Doc, we're back in Poirier's world. Now, you've had some success as Eddie Alvarez on the mat. Surely that's where you want to go back to without a moment's notice, Doc.
I mean, maybe Poirier as well, but you also remember Eddie's got some really nice boxing. He's great mispick. The pressure fighting of Eddie Alvarez can be aggressive, and so I think although Poirier may be the better boxer, you cannot count Eddie out, especially when Desai's got that body work and head held mixing in, just looking to piece Poirier apart here, though.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the reasons with the ways Eddie Alvarez closes distance in real life when he's actually fighting to get into the pocket to strike is he throws a cross shot and then switches his feet to step right into the pocket for his next combination. Something Conor McGregor picked out. So it'll be interesting to see how he exchanges to get in the pocket, but he does it with a fistful of hooks and comes back at him, Reaper.
He does. Eddie Alvarez is having a very, very good showing here tonight. He is indeed, humbly now. And for the Poirier pick as well, he's not having a bad showing either. It's very, very 50-50 on the feet. And now I will say on the mat, Desire definitely has the advantage. But on the feet, 50-50. I like what these two men are doing here tonight, Doc.
Doc might have took a quick nap right out there. He is. Hello, Doc.
Both of them are looking very good. Alvarez seems to be doing a slight bit better, though. Poirier now having some success there, playing the aggressive game. Maybe we see the grappling implemented by Poirier, see if he can maybe have a bit more success on that top game, since I feel like that's where he was best at, Reaper.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. As I was just saying there, Doc, as well, he needs to get it back down to the mat. When you've had so much success like that, and, there's my words out again. This could be it.
Right now. Go for the ground and pound finish against the fence. Pounding and grounding he is. He tries to hit him again, Reaper.
He does indeed. He made me eat my words. He said, Reaper, shut up. I don't need to grapple. I need to strike in this pocket with this man. So he says, shut up, Reaper, basically.
Head kick right there, nearly clips him there. That was a very close time. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. Alvarez looking like the better striker overall, and Reaper was the one to say that this was Poirier's world, Reaper. I bet you're eating those words now.
I am, and they taste so sour, Doc. They taste so sour, I have to say. He's having a great showing, though, I will say. He's a good old skin. He's having a great fight. And this is a random pick as well. We don't even know if he's ever used Eddie Alvarez. That's the thing.
Right, that's a show off, right? You pick a card, you say, oh, no. Jesus, take the wheel. And Jesus definitely does take the wheel as Eddie Alvarez starts to pour it onto his opponent. He's looking for a highlight reel, Doctor.
Oh, digging down to that body as well. All of a sudden, Alvarez got to be careful. That block getting a bit low. Ducks the head kick, gets the body stun. 2 minutes left on the clock, and Alvarez is looking clean as, Humble.
Yeah, he is looking clean as. He digs to the body again, and just beautiful work Poirier's on thin ice at the moment. He needs to do something. He still has the power. He still has the conditioning. But does he have the skill set, Reaper?
It's definitely a one-sided fight right now. Desire's really just kind of putting it on him and saying, "Hey, how you doing? Here I am again in your face." And he just can't do anything about it right now. The stamina's too low, the head health is too low. He's just doing a very good job of mixing it up here, Doc, on the feet.
Yeah, Desire just has this entire style of just mixing it up. He goes head, body, and your defense feels like it's tight, but then he manages to find those shots, and he just works you so well. You can also see the stamina is playing a massive deficit in the favour of Alvarez. Poirier is nearly gassed out towards the word stamina, and Alvarez is coming forward, dropping him at any shot he can. Survive narrowly there, Humble, though.
Big kick to the face right now, going for the striking again, and he gets the finish in the second round. FSK Desire with the master class, Reaper. Beautiful work.
Oh, it was fantastic work especially from a random pick. Absolutely, take a bow. Tonight is yours. Bring the win home back to FSK. I know them boys will be happy with that. It's a great camp, so he's represented himself well here tonight, Doc.
He really has. FSK's clearly leveling up in the players they got. Desire building up his backs, and he just came out so cleanly with the random pick as well. It's always an impressive time to see.
Definitely. The thing is as well, we've got to talk about this again because we just talked about the PlayStation side, but every performance can mean something about positioning of cards as well. And with our new ranking system as well, Doctor, if you are on the main card, you get a few extra points for fighting on the main card than you do in the prelims, and then again in the main event and as a title fight as well. So, positioning on these cards can get you extra points, and performances like that can get you positions on these cards. So great performance from Assassin there, but it was a fantastic fight. I enjoyed it. Sorry.
It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Desire absolutely showed out tonight. Now, boys, it is time for me to step into the cage. I'm pulling double duty tonight. I've just got my hands wrapped. I'm ready. I'm on way. I'm about to go here now and have a fantastic fight.
Yeah, don't open the door with the music come through yet. You got to get out of that locker room first. All right, Reaper?
Yeah. I'm going to walk in there like I'm old school Goldberg.
And saying that, we'll wish Reaper good luck in his fight against T-Soul, as them two warriors are going to go into it and battle out. Obviously, Reaper wanting to come back, just like myself tonight. We've got the same narrative. We both went 0-1 in the Grand Prix because I lost to the champion and he lost to the former champion. So both of us got a point to prove tonight, and I can tell you the similar feelings of what Reaper's feeling going into that fight, Doctor. Is you've got to win. It's simple as that.
Yeah, you got to win no matter the cost. But with that being said, we are in the light heavyweight division. Kevin P versus AJS Assassin. Chuck Liddell versus Jan Blazkowicz. This should be a fun fight to start off with the heavier weights of tonight's card.
Yeah, I believe my fight's at light heavyweight as well, and I'm so glad these guys didn't pick Ankalaev because I want to be the first guy to play Ankalaev. But Chuck Liddell versus Jan is going to be a fantastic fight. Chuck's been knocking me out sometimes lately. These good players been working out with him, and Kevin P might be no different tonight, Doctor.
Yeah, Ankalaev, wrong person. Chuck Liddell has got some really good boxing. He's very effective, very tough. That chin of his is also powerful. As you can tell, the hooks are already looking to make themselves known.
Yeah, he's like a bulldozer just going through his opponent. As Jan just does exactly what I said. This could be it. He gets the finish in the first round. And Reaper better have his gloves wrapped because he's going to have to get the walk and do it any second now. Holy quick, Doc. That was lightning fast.
That was lightning quick. Light heavyweight division didn't want to stick around for very long. You had Liddell start out very strong, but then Blazkowicz gets a double drop there. See that hook clipped and then got the finish.
Beautiful work. And we talked about on a night to perform, on a night to show the matchmakers what's up, to say, this is who I am, watch me fight, and put me on a higher spot. That's exactly what AJ Zasata just did right there. Ended it as fast as he possibly could. Doesn't get paid by the hour, Doc.
He doesn't get paid by the hour, he gets paid by the fight, and he showcased that and did a fantastic job.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to move over to the PlayStation side. These guys probably weren't even ready in that speed because that was That fight lasted less time than the walkout. We didn't even get to see the walkout, Doctor. So it'd be crazy if these two are already ready to go. But we do wish Reaper the best of luck in his fight. We know he wants to win this one. We know he's pulled double duty tonight. And talking from my own experience, Doctor, it is incredibly hard to jump out of the commentary booth and into a fight immediately with no warm-up. It's something that it takes a special sort of talent to do it. And, you know, you can have those off nights. We've all had them before, so it'll be interesting to see how Reaper performs in this one.
Yeah, it's the off nights are always fun. You just got to make sure that if you're going to jump in and out of the commentary booth, it's a special skill and not one I would ever willingly take. With that being said, though, we have Whittaker versus Anderson Silva. Reaper picking the Whittaker, T-Soul picking the Silva. If I remember correctly, T-Soul's one for the head movement, for the fanciness, just to make those counters open. Reaper, we've seen time before. He wants to put on a good fight, and you'll know it.
Yeah, definitely, but also progression. You know, there's two questions in this fight for Reaper. Is the stuff he's doing on commentary, because I know this firsthand, is the stuff you're doing for Primetime, the commentary, the writing the scripts, the doing other stuff. You know, he's got a busy life, he's got a business. This man works his butt off. He does a family. You know, these things come into effect when you're playing as a competitor in the esports scene. So can he adapt to that? And is the commentary going to kind of take away from some of the learning, some of the curve that you're going to have when you naturally start to grow? Or has Reaper put the work in? Has he put the time in? Has he sat with his team and improved? That's what we're about to find out, Doctor.
Well, we already see him starting off with the lovely lead leg kick into the body kick, getting that straight out. The overhand does clip him, pull back, a bit too wrong of the distance, and both of them not really feeling that process here.
Yeah, definitely not, and why would the be? Reaper, he's here to entertain, and so is this Joey Bart. You know, I like the Anderson Silva movement. The pick's very interesting. Reaper gets caught right now. He gets hit with the overhand, and this could be it. This could be a short night for Reaper. Can he defend? This could be it. He blocks it. Oh, he's still alive. Reaper hands on with the skin of his teeth.
Can I point out Reaper had no head health, no block, and somehow still survived that Reaper, showing that he really is the god of death looking to reap the soul, Two-Soul here. And
now he's on top.
He's
now on top, Doctor. Wow, he's took top position. He needs to fight back. This is the heart of a champion we're seeing right now.
He has done a fantastic job making the comeback, but we're going to look for the top mount here. Already building that GA. Goes to side control, doesn't get it, but full guard up, running that ground and pound. Being slow, steady, and methodical is the name, especially after you nearly just got yourself KO'd.
Now, Reaper's a fantastic grappling artist. He knows his skills. As we see him move to side control right there. But Anderson Silva's no slouch. We all seen him tap Chael Sonnen in the round 5 of their bout. You know, he pulled it out of the bag in that one. So don't be discrediting the submission skills of Anderson Silva. But Reaper's got to be in control right now. He's in top. He's got a chance to do some damage, and he's methodically moving around his opponent, Doctor.
You say methodically moving around. Silva gets the
him.
read on the methodicalness of it all. Now getting up on the feet, understanding that he's got the knockdown, nearly got the finish, and this is where he wants to be. The overhand.
Yeah, definitely. And I see Reaper at the moment. He's a bit over. He's trying to force the fight slightly. I want him to see him make some reads. I want to start seeing him go to the jabs, go to the feints, mixed it up, having fun in there. You know, it's one thing to play the game, but you've got to have fun in there. You've got to enjoy the fight. You've got to be in the moment and not trying to play just monotonously, Doc. And that's what I can see right now. But Joey doing a fantastic job as well. We can't discredit anything he's doing, but he's landing overhands. You got to be ready for them.
Well, it's the overhands of Two-Soul which are really making this fight go in his favour. I feel like Reaper's having a difficult time reading them. Maybe a duck, maybe a pull. He has to just time it correctly because you can see one misread shot and you could get front kicked in the face, Humble.
Yeah, and you can see Reaper right there. He just backed up to the centre of the octagon and he stopped chasing his opponent. That's important. Making his opponent kind of throw first so he can counter his opponent is such a big key right there. And as he does it, he starts to get off and he goes to the body. Beautiful work from Reaper. It's like he heard from the gods and he starts to fire on his opponent. What a comeback this is.
That's a lovely comeback there. He started off with the sketchy time, nearly getting finished with the knockdown. Comes back though, gets the stun, gets the body rock, and gets the drop to end the first round. That definitely looked like T-Soul's round until it didn't.
What a shot that was that Reaper got caught with. That was a diamond in the rough. came out of nowhere, but Reaper showed his heart. He came back. He literally was hanging on. He was glossing in and out of consciousness. His eyes were rolling back. He was coming back. The ref didn't notice. He had his thumb up. Something happened, and the fight continued. And then Reaper, he's got to be the more confident person going to this one because he started to land on his opponent. He started to realise some things. And I think going into this one, he might feel a bit more confident with his movement, Doctor.
You would hope so, especially with that end of the round, working that body as well by Reaper. It seems to be his aim goal here. I don't know if it's a truly effective strategy, but knowing that Silver has a 96 chin, it definitely is understandable why he wants to do so.
Definitely. You're going to see some fades coming from Reaper in a second. He's starting to notice his opponent lunging. He's going to try and cause some reactions. And that's the thing Joey's doing a lot of. He's reacting. Even though he's having a bit too much success, the reason he got caught in that late on is because he's reacting to a lot of stuff. And that's causing him the opening for Reaper. But I'd like to see Reaper kind of back up a bit and let his opponent fire first. Because when his opponent fires first and he counters, he seems to have the success, Doctor.
He really does seem to have the success, just maintain that, letting T-Cell come to him and just finding these shots. 3 minutes 40 left on the clock. A takedown attempt by Silver. He does get it, surprisingly enough, and now we see Reaper on his back.
Yeah, there's a lot to that there. Reaper going for the thing. I like what he's doing here because one of my own little techniques is get close to the cage and get to that sprawl position because, you know, it's easier to get up. You give yourself more options, essentially. And that's exactly what Reaper did, and his opponent didn't like it, felt uncomfortable in that position. And once it back to the feet where he's starting to ping some elbows at his head. Great work so far, though. Great fight.
Indeed, indeed. Double hooks, the elbows already starting to be flung out now. Just looks the hook, the body kick there lands flush against the body. Pepper in the block as well by Reaper. Reaper's just looking for this one shot really to make the ends meet of Silver.
Nice.
That leg stun though.
He's just got to be careful of the elbows coming through, and he does a good job of going to the leg there as well. Reaper is starting to get slightly frustrated with the style of Joey, and he needs to just calm down. He needs to use the vulnerability factors to his thingy. And Joey needs to stop moving so much, stop reacting. The problem is the thing that's giving him the most success at the moment, Doctor, is his biggest vulnerability because it takes one shot from Reaper, one adjustment, one change, and that's where he's got to be careful. Because if Reaper fires a body kick, when he moves right there, it could be over. But great work from Joey to land that head kick.
Yeah, one body kick ill-timed, and that body is no longer existing. The leg kicks we've kind of ignored, but seem to have played a massive factor now all of a sudden, and it's kind of make or breaking their fight to some extent, I feel like.
Definitely is. See him moving a lot right now, and the Reaper's been getting caught out of when he thought he was out of range, and his opponent just landed beautiful lunge right there. He's using that a lot at the moment, and Reaper can't quite find the time, and he needs to adjust to that. He needs to be ready for that movement. He's starting to find the kicks to the body, and the stamina is starting to look like an advantage so far, but the leg has been chopped.
If he fires the body kick, it may actually be the most effective tool, especially because you see Two Souls engaging and then moving afterwards, and with the major lunges to the side. So if you look for like a big shot there, maybe he can open up a counter window.
He's got to be careful as well, though, because he's made Reaper switch stance, and Robert Whittaker's switch stance not the worst either. And now Robert Whittaker's going to be in that switch stance, in the southpaw stance. The lead hook's there, and he keeps lunging that way as well. So you've got to be careful of lunging into that lead hook, because Reaper throws that lead hook as he's lunging, he's going to get him caught. And that's one thing that these guys are doing a lot of. There's a lot of vulnerability, so we're going to see some action in the next round. Whoever's going to win this one's going to be it's going to be a crazy one, this one, Doc.
I do agree. The third and final round here, Whittaker versus Anderson Silva. Both of them look fairly hurt, fairly vulnerable, looking for the big
Reaper not messing about. He runs at him. Reaper's coming out firing. He's talking about this earlier on. If you want to win, you got to come forward and trying to stop messing about and beat up your opponent. And you've got to be careful of the head health, Doctor, because the head health is going to stop him. You know, he needs to put himself in a great position, and the only way you can do that is with good head health and make your opponent miss, so you're less of a target to hit, basically.
Indeed, less of a target to hit, less of a target to find. Both of them putting on the pressure here, but Two Soul being on the back foot with Silver. He did have the most success last round, but Reaper seems to figure out how to counter it, although he gets clipped by the overhand.
He's coming with the overhand again. He's got to be careful. All sorts of shots are getting fired at Reaper. He's not getting the success he wanted so far, but he's done a good job of blocking that one, and that's better than the first round, isn't it, Doc, where he did get taken down and that clock could have slowly went. And he's big shot right there from Reaper.
A big shot there, doesn't engage as much even when the block was down. Head kick does land, lovely fake there. Nearly ends the mighty Anderson Silva, but with 3 minutes left on the clock, a leg stun as well, a triple up on the jabs, overhand follow suit. Whitaker holding on by a thread, it feels like, Humble. This is a back and forth fight.
It definitely is, and these guys have been absolutely killing each other in this one. Reaper's still looking for an opening, looking for an opportunity to try and hurt his opponent. He's never out of the fight, and I can see him prodding and poking and just hoping something kind of comes, and he gets caught with a head kick right there, and he's got to be careful because Anderson Silva's going with the overhand again. A man out for Ricardo's buck, and the uppercut comes. This could be it.
Reaper just about
He
surviving.
Jesus Christ, that man is made out of iron. You cannot put that man down.
He really cannot. He had some massive success there. That leg kick now all of a sudden being a massive issue. Gets
body
the
shot.
Body stun,
He's going to get him again. He's gone to the head and he's killed him in the body twice there. A Reaper being a bit over anxious right there. Maybe a miscue on his part. But he's got to get it on offload right now from Anderson Silva. This has got a minute left. These guys, whoever wants it the most, Reaper was calling the fight a second ago about this exact moment. You know, Joey's done a fantastic job, but Reaper's not out of the fight yet, and he could land a big shot right now and change the fight.
It's still all to fight for. Their gas tank's low, but if Reaper can find a one single shot,
he gets him! He gets him! Reaper's chasing him down. Can he get in? He goes after. He gets shot with an elbow, and this guy's going to try and pounce on him. No, he's not. Yes, he is. I don't know.
Nobody's really sure. It's such a tense match. A head kick fires, a lead hook gets clipped. Any shot can really finish either of them. Low stam, low vulnerability. You mentioned it.
He goes for a takedown
to end the round.
A smart decision. You know, Reaper was coming on. It took one shot. He could have ended the fight right there. But great work from Joey. As Reaper, I believe, he might have lost that fight. Who knows though? Because we were watching it and it was crazy. But those guys put it all on the line, Doctor.
They put it all on the line, and it shows. Fantastic job there by both opponents.
Incredible fight. Well, hopefully Reaper's going to join us back in the booth for a conversation in a second, because I'm going to have to jump out and get ready for my fight. And I'm so impressed. You know, big goal for Reaper because he's a friend, and he's going to be kicking himself because it's a fight he would have wanted to win, like he would have wanted to win them all. But I'm sure he'll bounce back better than ever. You know, there was some slight adjustments he can make in that fight. There's some minor, minuscule things he needs to change, and I think he could potentially take that one in the future. But good job from both guys, and a fantastic job from the debut fighter.
Indeed. With that being said, we're going to take a short intermission before we go on to the main card with Big Knight versus Noetta up next.
And we are back.
Yeah,
Sorry, Doc, go ahead.
We are back with the main card of this evening. First up, we have Big Nige versus Noetta in the bantamweight division. So it should going to be an interesting night of fights. At least we've seen the prelims already. And so, Reaper, let's get straight on with the main card.
Oh yeah, for sure. KM Noetta there, that's a great fight, Doc. I like watching KM Noetta fight. He's a very, very tricky man to fight, and it's if he goes with this Dillashaw pick, it's going to be a great pick as well, Doc.
Yeah, Dillashaw Yan picks always a fun little time. We've seen Nige using before, and it's going to be a very, very fun time.
Absolutely, and there you are, Doc. The Dillashaw versus the Yan pick. It's power or footwork. It's submission or ground and pound, Doc, at this point. And who would you give the edge to in this matchup?
In a Dillashaw versus Yan pick, personally, in terms of fighter pick, I definitely would agree with Yan. However, Noetta's a tricky sod. He's got the back and he's got the backbone striking of KM. He just comes out with some random combinations, random striking, and he's just so difficult in some situations that even if you don't realise it, even with like a worse fighter pick, he's still going to maybe come out the victor. He can take a lot of damage, Reaper.
He can indeed, Doc. And that Yan pick is a strong pick for anyone using him. It's a safe bet. You use a TJ Dillashaw pick. You want to be on the outside, moving, using that footwork, getting Yan to miss, and then on top of that beautiful fake takedown there from KM Noetta. And that's the kind of things that Noetta can do, Doc. Right? They're the kind of shots that he can do to take his opponent off his guard.
Lovely defense though, it was a beautiful setup, didn't get it. Yan already just digging to that block, the head held, looking to make him pay for it. Front kick also lands a straight get through that block after getting peppered with it over and over again, and neither of these opponents really letting up.
No, they aren't. Noetta's doing a great job. Beautiful leg kick from Noetta. That came out fast. Oh! Beautiful stuff there. I'd like to see the TJ Dillashaw kind of move a little bit more. He's staying a lot planted for my liking, Doc, especially in the pocket with Yan. That's a death wish ass, and get on your bike if you're TJ. Use TJ Dillashaw's, as you've seen there, his movement, Doc.
Yeah, the movement is already just in and out of that pocket, and that's what you want. Like, see that there, just pulls out of the pocket, doesn't get hit by a spinning elbow. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. A flying knee attempt, digs down to that body massively, straight with a body kick to end it off. And even with like a TJ Dillashaw pick, he's a very fluid character, Reaper, and so you can just come in and out, just find your shots and be out before you know it.
He is absolutely. He feints the takedown there and goes for the jumping knee. That's something only KM Noetta can do, Doc. He's making it look flashy here tonight, and he's giving the Yan something to think about. Maybe a takedown wouldn't be on the cards for Yan, Doc.
Yeah, takedown is completely possible here, but so far Nige is sticking on the feet, looking just to play a very aggressive and steady game.
He is indeed. And there's KM Noetta with the shot, gets defended by Nige. Great defending. Nige is definitely taking over the centre of the cage now. You have Noetta who's trying to push forward and lands his combinations, but then gets back out onto the outside, and he's making Nige miss a little bit. I think if Nige can calm it down and maybe start attacking the legs, Doc, when KM tries to do those movements.
Yeah, doing those movements, just making sure Noetta can just not have the footwork as much is going to benefit Nige, but so far it seems like Noetta's the one doing the kicking mainly between the legs and the body. It seems like Nige is struggling a bit to find any shots really to find their mark.
Yeah, you're spot on as well, Doc. And as you can see there, KM Noetta once again digging to the body. He's just letting Nige know. He's like, hey, I'm going to dig to your body and then I'm going to come up top and I'm going to attack your head with everything I have. And he's giving TJ Dillashaw a really good showcase right now. I'm loving the movements, the in and out movement. The question mark kick as well, Doc, just to end the round.
Yeah, question mark kick, a lead one as such, is always a fun little one. You're never particularly sure when it's going to appear, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's a method of a kick. That being said, though, second round up, Yan and Dillashaw touch gloves. Noetta's probably up one round, I would say, and we're off to the races.
For sure. I definitely give KM Noetta that round. It was a very close round. Nige did have some good things going on in that round one. KM Noetta kind of took over a little bit, but here we are, Doc. We're ready to get back into the... Oh, and as soon as I say that, here's Nige now. Oh, folds him. And he survives, Doc.
Nige is a pissed. It seems like those two overhands came up with such aggression. They felt like you just could see his anger, the frustration of the last round, really playing a major market in it. Pulls the pull elbows, tries to counter the uppercut, narrowly avoids it though, Reaper, and both of these are in a technical battle.
Oh yeah, for sure. Them two overhands were angry overhands. They weren't even landing with intent to knock out. That was landed with intent to kill. That was, Doc. Big Noise maybe getting out some frustrations now, and he's slowly, steadily taking over this round now. He's got himself a knockdown. He just doesn't need to get too overzealous, and he can slowly start taking over this fight using Yan, Doc.
Yeah, it seems like Noetta's main game is to try get that takedown. If he can get that takedown on Nige, he's going to be a lot more confident. But so far, he's having success on the feet. But as you saw, that knockdown is all he needs to really play the game. 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. A spin kick there, a knockdown in the favour of Nige. And we see Noetta now starting to dig all around the body.
Noetta is playing TJ Dillashaw to the exact way TJ Dillashaw fights in real life. The 1-2 slip head kick. He's making it look so effortless and fun in there, Doc. And here's the takedown, and it gets defended. Big Nige wants this kept on the feet.
Yeah, Nige's takedown defense is impressive. Noetta's had some very good shots, can't seem to get anything off, and so his striking has had to come out to fruition. It has done to most extents, apart from that overhand earlier. We're a minute 40 left on the clock. We see a couple of three-piece combos there. The jab straight, slowly peeking through. Another body kick there, Noetta? Reaper. Sorry.
Noetta's definitely turning it up right now in this second round. Oh, and he gets caught. Just as I say that, he gets caught. But Noetta was looking really good in this round. You know, he has the stamina gain there. So if he can still fight the way he's fighting, Doc, and maybe not get clipped on the chin a few times, he might be able to make a comeback here in this round. But he needs to get out of the pocket and get his back off that fence, because when you have a Yan standing right in front of you, oh my goodness, doesn't go to follow it up though.
I think it's purely the fact that Yan, with that Force of Nature perk, he's managed to get a bit more head health than Dillashaw, and Dillashaw's having a tough time trying to get him back at it. You can just tell, just because Noetta's gone the more scattershot approach, whilst Yan has gone for a head hunting approach, and so it's caused that bit of an issue and a rift in terms of head health and damage in this second round.
Yeah, for sure, you're absolutely right, and you can see it there. Oh, rocks the body, spins. And that's the end of the round. That was a great ending to the round. KM Noetta's fighting very well, and so is Big Nige is fighting very well as well. He's definitely made his way back into the fight. When round one, Noetta kind of took over, and now Doc, Noetta's really starting to, he's going to have to get back into this fight now.
Yeah, Nige came back in that second with a very aggressive overhand. Noetta came back at the end of that second round, getting the body stunned, trying to get the spin off, ducking under. He's now looking for the counter. He's aware that his head health isn't in the ability to trade, and so he will need a takedown or a counter of some type just to make it known that Nige is less of a threat.
Yeah, for sure. If you're KM Noetta here, put Nige on his back. Why not? Let's see what that looks like. His chin is deteriorating. It's flashing every time he gets caught. So if you're KM Noetta, it wouldn't hurt to maybe take the fight to the ground, Doc.
Knee to the body there, a couple of shots up top. He's staying very patient. He's poking, prodding. He knows for a fact any big counters is going to possibly wrist around, and that's not what you want as a Dillashaw. Lovely block, though.
That was beautiful. Feint the takedown. Come up with, and the spinning technique. This could be it. TJ's got some power when someone's rocked. Big Nige survives and gets the spinning elbow of his own, Doc. These two men, thrown caution to the wind here in round 3, Doc. These two men want the victory. They have to lay it all on the line there to get that win. And another rock, Doc.
That overhand.
Nasty.
We saw that overhand in round 2, and again, that was the main shot that seemed to get Noetta each time. If he just ducked, didn't lean to the side, he probably would have survived the overhand. But instead, Nige came in, walked down that block, and just took that overhand right on the back of the head.
Spot on, Doc. Right behind the ear, right behind the equilibrium there. And he put Noetta to sleep. Big Nige with a beautiful performance tonight. Made his name set in stone there, Doc. That folded him like it was nobody's business.
He got folded flatline. Noetta looked so good, and Nige came back in that second round. From there, he just kept that pace going. Fantastic job by both opponents.
Absolutely, Doc. Very, very happy with that fight. Noetta looked well, Big Noise looked well. Both men came out strong and they gave us an absolute show, so they should be very proud of that.
And now, in the bantamweight division, Humble versus Nova. It's going to be a very interesting time to see what's going to happen. Maybe Humble's always a fun fight to watch.
Yeah, Humble's, Humble's a character he is. Humble likes to make the picks that will kind of give you the shortness of breath when you see, I can't believe he's picking this fighter against this fighter. But, Humble's a showman, and he's also very, very good, Doc. As much as he likes to, play around the guppy, he's also very, very skilled. And with the O'Malley pick here, he can certainly do some damage. We seen this earlier on, I believe, Doc.
Yeah, O'Malley is a very, very good pick. He's got McGregor's stance, if I remember correctly. He can poke, prod, as long as you keep that distance. On the other hand, Aldo does the same. He's just a bit shorter, and he can also kick your legs out, so it's kind of the case of glass shins versus strong leg kicks.
Absolutely. Well, as we know, Sugar Sean O'Malley's mentally undefeated, so if we're taking that into this fight, Doc, it's going to be KIA Humble, who is also mentally undefeated. That's a beautiful combination. He is quick. Oh!
That was a quick base already. Jesus Christ, Humble, you're wasting no time. I know you've been in the commentary booth all night, but Jesus, you've got some frustration to take out.
Humble's making my performance look like it was absolutely nothing here, Doc. He got the drop nice and quick, got a head out of Aldo, and now he's going to start working that body, I believe.
Turns out Humble's going to start the new season by coming into the commentary booth and then coming out like a wild man. Aldo now starting to come back, getting that jab established, which is what you need to do against someone like O'Malley. If you can get that jab established, lovely slip though, body kick there, does nearly get the stun. Another body kick in retaliation. Reaper and both of them are just going at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Humble came out now. He's dropped him and he's rocked him a few times. And even Nova's kind of said, okay, I can see what kind of fight we're going to have here. We're going to have an absolute brawl. Sometimes you're playing Aldo, you want to be a little bit technical. Absolutely not. Humble's not going to give you that option. Oh, Jesus, Humble. He is fierce. He definitely has some pent-up frustrations, Doc, sitting here with me and you the last couple of fights.
I don't know what he wants to be thinking. I do not want to be in the octagon currently as Aldo. Aldo's having a bit of struggling, trying to get that jab established. Has got lovely bit of success there, but again, avoids the knee. The head movement of Aldo has done him well so far, to be fair.
It is. It really is keeping him in the fight, and as you've seen it there, Doc. I like to think what Nova's doing here is very Justin Gaethje-ish. He puts his hands up and he just moves his head around the centre, left to right. He's beautiful with the head movement. Oh, he's brought to the body.
We gave the fight beginning rounds to Humble, but evidently Aldo's coming back, showing us that he's not out of the fight. Humble needs to keep his P's and Q's intact, otherwise he will get countered and he will get punished. Swish kick to the body again there by Aldo.
Yeah, you're spot on, Doc. You're never out of the fight until you're unconscious or you tap or whatever it is. You're never out of the fight. And this is, oh my goodness. This is great. This is only round one, Doc.
It really is only round one. Humble's winning this fight. Aldo's come back, made the play. He's got the data. He's made the reads, and now he's starting to come alive. The head movement, the body kicks, everything here. It seems to be like a body versus head bout, I would say.
Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. Humble's definitely looking for the head here. It wouldn't be too much of a miss if Humble could start maybe, roundhousing that body, take the body out a little bit, but he seems,
no, flying knee, a body uppercut, taunts, a front kick, a head kick in retaliation.
Oh my God.
Both of them getting really close to getting knocked out. A flying knee there, a major lunge with an end to round one.
I'm not even going to try and score that round, Doc. I don't even want to know how that round went. I don't want to
be the judges on that one.
Oh my God, that was good fun. Both men getting their rocks. Humble getting the drop there at the end of the round, with about 15 seconds left. Gave him a little taunt and then got caught with a head kick. It was very, very good. And I'm excited for round two, Doc. I hope we see round three as well, if it's carried on like this.
Can I just point out, this is only the second fight of the main card. This is most definitely the Primetime guarantee, here to showcase you just the multitude of fights you can have. Flying knee there, drops him, looking for the finish now all of a sudden, trying to get at that block going low. Head so close, and he does get it.
Humble is back on track after the Grand Prix, got himself a very, very nice win. Wasn't without his controversy though, Doc, but he did get the win in the end. And Humble, take a bow. You're back on the right track, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Did a fantastic job there. Just that flying knee, getting the drop, and get straight on the ground.
Yeah, it was a beautiful jumping knee, and then the ground and pound. You know, the ground and pound took a little bit longer to get the finish because, you know, he was doing such a good job, Nova was, but you know, unfortunately, you know, Humble was able to stay composed in the ground and pound and get the finish, and that was a great fight. You know, so far for me, that's fight of the night. That was exciting. It was exhilarating. Both men had it back and forth. It was 50-50 on the feet, and they kept it standing. So those two men definitely performed and showed out tonight, and no one lost there, Doc. We won in that fight.
Yeah, we really did. Both of them put on some very good fights, and yeah. Words.
So, Doc, moving into the next fight of the main card, we're going to be having Kobe, LW Kobe, I believe it is, Doc, if he's still LW, and TMM Storm. TMM Storm used to be LW as well, Doc, so we've got a few former LW boys here on the card, you know, Storm there with me and TMM, and Storm's a competitor, Doc. Wait till you see Storm here tonight. He's aggressive. He just fights with reckless abandonment, and he just doesn't care. And LW Kobe likes to fight a lot more precise. So this is going to be crazy versus tactical.
What's good, boys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, buddy.
Brilliant. What a fight that was fun.
That was a fantastic fight, Humble. Congratulations. It's good to see you back in the win column, my friend. I know it wasn't without its heartache moments there, but Jesus Christ, Humble.
Well, that's the style,
that was a great fight.
That's the style. You got to, if you want to be an entertainer, you just gotta go for it. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't always pan out, as you know. It sometimes doesn't pan out, and he nearly caught me a few times there. You know, if he decided to get a good jump on me, something, it could be the other way around. You could be talking to him right now, you know. But yeah, what a fight we have next as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. I was just saying to Doc there, Humble, that it's going to be technical versus aggression, because Storm is nuts. Yeah. Storm doesn't have a game plan. Storm's game plan is to go in there and just beat you. That's it. He doesn't have anything else. He's like, I don't really care what happens, so I'm going to go in there and try to decapitate you. That's
a man of my own heart, to be honest. I don't ever know what I'm going to do until I do it, and when it happens, I'm shocked, and it's like I won. But that's my job, just to beat you, and that's the way I kind of come in it. But Kobe has fantastic combinations. He is very much a combination fighter. He likes to put them, he likes to put it behind his punches. He likes to put them in multiples every single time he gets in that pocket. I don't know if they're ready at the moment. I believe Doctor's just wrangling, getting these guys into position, into the booths, ready to take their walks as we go on. But Doctor, we have an update on this fight.
I believe those two need to work off a few more pounds, so I think we're going to go on to the next fight of D Gamer versus KM Caliber.
Oh, fantastic. Another great fight. KM Caliber, fantastic in the Grand Prix. Reaper, he did amazingly. And D Gamer's kind of an old school guy. He's been around for a while, and he's coming back now. He's coming back in the main card as well, so it'll be interesting to see how he performs against such a good player like Caliber.
Absolutely. You know, KM Caliber was the dark horse really in that Grand Prix there for the Xbox, and he gave himself a fantastic showing, and he showed up and showed out that night. Unfortunately, he didn't get the win, but you know, more power to him. And then you have D Gamer, you know, as you said, Humble, just coming back onto the scene now. He's on the main card, and he's looking to make a statement here tonight against Caliber.
Yeah, definitely. And Doctor, what do you make of this matchup?
Well, we've got the Aldo versus Cruz. Cruz got a recent update as well. He's got a bit more punch power. Aldo, we know, we've seen him times before. He's got the leg kicks, he's got the body kicks. It's a fun time. In terms of the fighters themselves, though, D-Game is a good all-round fighter. Caliber, we've seen his campmate of Noetta, so you know he's going to have some wild takedown attempts, but also some very slick striking.
Nice work as he meets him in the center of the octagon. He starts to throw combinations at his opponent's head. And good work so far from D-Gamer. He's taking his time. He's still on the outside. He's so far simming Dominic Cruz, Reaper.
He is. Someone, like myself that likes to use the Dominic Cruz pick at bantamweight, with the unpredictable movement, we shall say, is always good. And that's enough of that. Here's an unpredictable movement for you. Sit down, son, says KM Caliber, Doc.
Yeah, sits him down instantly. Now getting the takedown. This is going to be a slow and steady attempt here. The grappling is always a slow and steady advancement, and this is the way to work it.
It definitely is. And Cam Caliber is no slouch on the ground. He's a fantastic player when it comes to the ground game. Very patient. Likes to make his opponent make adjustments, makes the reads, and usually dominates his opponent. He's very methodical when he's on the ground, Reaper.
He is indeed, and for D Gamer as well, being on the ground isn't necessarily a bad thing right now. Being on the bottom is, but being on the ground is not necessarily a bad thing because you don't have to stay on the feet and get tagged by Aldo on the feet. You can really, regain your head health, regain your body health, whatever it may be, even your stamina. You're not going to lose much, and you always have rounds 2 and 3 to carry on. And with Dominic Cruz, who's like a cardio machine, it will help him in the future, Doc.
Yeah, cardio machine indeed. Wrestling also is one of Cruz's main games, but instead he's the one being wrestled. Caliber's taking a slow and steady approach, 2 minutes on the clock, just kneeing that body, looking to make the body health of D Gamer slowly go down, working that stamina at the same time.
Who gets back to guard right now. He's going to posture up, and this is what Caliber does. He breaks you down. It's not about one transition. It's about multiples. The reads he's making right now are minuscule, but they all add up to stop from D Gamer from getting his way. D Gamer makes a very important denial right there. That didn't look like a lot, but it was a lot, Cyrus. Sorry.
Sorry, Rez.
I'm going to Cyrus a shout out. May as well. God.
We're seeing a lot of KM Caliber here. He's staying in the center. He's trying to bring Dominic Cruz into the center, which I'm kind of shocked about, Doc. If I was using Jose Aldo, I would want Dominic Cruz up against the fence where I can really trap him, but he seems to be allowing him to come back into the center freely, Doc.
Yeah, well, sometimes that's the case. You allow someone into the center, you're just looking to make that engagement, and with someone like Caliber, that's kind of the way it goes. Ducks the head kicker straight, gets the stun, digs up to the body up top, doesn't get much off it. You see the head movement, the shoulder roll, just looking to counter at every opportunity he can. Humble.
Nice work right now as well. Going for the spinning back kick to the body, and this is good work from Caliber again. Right there, sorry, the opposite D Gamer right there. Nice going for the body work coming back and forth. These guys are swinging right now. This is a good old cowboy western shootout. Oh. How would you make it?
It started off very technical, and then toward the end of round 2, it got very, very hectic. So I'm curious to see how round 3 is going to go. I want to see a bit more of those exchanges, but using Dominic Cruz, you don't really want to be doing that, Doc.
Yeah, you don't want to be getting an exchange with Cruz against an Aldo 89 against 94 power. That's not even taking into the account of the moveset levels, and so you want to be using the counter strike and the Qs. Use the signature lunges to make those big counters, make your person whiff, and then find your shots from there.
Yeah, definitely. And what I like about Caliber at the moment is the patience from Caliber. He's not really making any necessary movements. He's reading his opponent, making adjustments, and moving his head in the correct position, ready for himself to be in a counter. You can see him just intercepting Dominic Cruz as he goes forward, as he gets ready to strike.
Yeah, for sure. Look, KM Caliber's on point tonight, especially when he really slows it down. You really get to see his skill, his movement, even just his head movement, even when he's not even thrown. When he slows everything down, you really get to see the whole package with him. And it's beautiful to watch. He's such a dark horse in this Xbox division. And I'm really loving how he's performed tonight, even, Doc.
Oh, that body's done there. Elbow, interesting.
This could be it.
It's getting to that point, goes down to the body, fakes it, and then digs up top again. Aldo just looking for any shot he can do, now digging to the legs as well. You really can feel the suffocating pressure of Aldo. Cruz can't get his back away from it, even with the signature movement, Humble, and Caliber's just running away with this side, I feel like.
You've got to look at the timing from Caliber. He's like a dance. He's the way he's moving, the rhythm he's going at. He's got his own movement, and the movement inside of Dominic Cruz. There's a nosedive into the floor like he's diving off a surfboard, Reaper.
Oh my goodness, I have never seen a KO where someone did a tumble like that so quick. He literally folded him in half. KM Caliber, take a bow.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, he leaned into it, went to do a
guys, we're sorry, guys, we cannot show you that again for... Oh, Jesus Christ. That's brutal. He
Do
broke
we get
his
to see
neck.
it one more time, game?
Oh, my God. He absolutely destroyed him. That was insane.
I've never seen someone land on their neck and then fall back the other way.
That person's not getting a stretcher, I'm letting you know.
Right beside Conor McGregor in the hospital.
So we just seen Caliber murder an opponent in the cage. We're going to move on to Keza versus Chase Me Fam. Doc, tell us a bit about this one.
Oh, well, just change of pace. Word from the back is we do have Kobe versus Storm again. Both of them have managed to cut down to weight. So we have Poirier versus Poirier in the lightweight division.
We're really excited for this fight as well, weren't we, Reaper? This is a fantastic fight. We've already talked about it in length, so it's only time to get down to the action. But this should be a fantastic one. And by the way, just to let you know, Storm beat Kobe. Kobe was in a fantastic run last season, and I think he was 8-4, I believe, or 8-3, similar to myself. And he fought for the belt. And Storm only had 3 fights. And he went 2-1, and one of his wins was against Kobe. So that's an interesting little fact there for you, Reaper.
Oh, that's a fantastic fact. You know, it's nice to see TMM always get a win, and these two used to be teammates as well, lads. This is the best thing about this sport is when you get two people that everyone that was used to be LW is now TMM. You know, nice. So this is there's some hidden behind the scenes things here, lads. Sometimes you get these fights, and I know Storm wants to win this one again. You know, especially when you've already got a win over someone you don't want to lose. Because you shouldn't be losing, but Kobe's just so technical and good, and as I said, Storm's just really bleeding crazy. Doc, he just doesn't care what happens.
Well, again, you saw the lovely little side step there, lead hook there, uppercut gets met there. Both of them having no feeling out process, swinging to the fences already.
Yeah, nice work right now. And you can see Kobe just edging, and he's trying to pick his shots to come through. And Storm is meeting him with a barrage of punches. This is our first mirror match we've seen today as well. Pure ultimate test of skill. Who's the better player, essentially? And that's what the question is getting asked at the moment, Reaper.
It is indeed, and as you said, they're humble. This is the first mirror match. Now everyone's kind of been making their own choices, and seeing more Sean O'Malley's down. I think we have Dustin Poirier's tonight, but yeah, in a mirror match, Doc, it's you can't say, well, it's X, Y, and Z because I lost. You had better, blah blah blah. It's nothing like that tonight. It's solely mano y mano. We both use the same person, and that man will be the better man tonight. And I'm just noticing both of these men are using Poirier in the orthodox stance.
Yep. They weren't for a second, but the switch stance a second ago. But Kobe was definitely an orthodox throughout this round, and it's made Storm switch, Doctor.
Yeah, the leg kicks are major style. Just sometimes you like that lead hook being on the both sides, and a head kick gets fired. 2 minutes left on the clock. Both of them engaging the straights. A takedown trying to change pace, although Kobe does a lovely job getting the defense already playing aggressive there. Jab straight though, coming straight back at him, trying to dig down to that body as well, Reaper.
Yeah, these two know each other so well. It's crazy that they're fighting like this. I thought this would be a lot more aggressive. I thought Storm would definitely be looking to push the pace a bit more, but Kobe's doing a great job of double jabbing and then touching up the body. And you can kind of see Storm's stamina kind of get a little bit crazy. It goes a little bit down. Storm doesn't kind of like the fight in go. Storm just likes to go. There's no red light with Storm. It's green, green, green the whole way down the road. And Storm doesn't even care if it's red. He's still going to go, humble.
Yeah, he definitely is. And Kobe's doing a great job, though, of kind of timing him. As I said, that Storm gets caught with an elbow of a pullback, but he had some success right then. He nearly caught his opponent sleeping, and Kobe could have been sleeping just like that, but he comes back with a fantastic elbow. And that's some clutch defense right there, Doctor.
Really clutch defense. That's always what you want in terms of defense. It's either super tight or just narrowly avoiding the mark. With the takedown, though, you have Kobe on top, just looking to rain down a bit of ground and pound. He's evidently had some success on the feet. Both opponents have, but if he can get the sex on the ground as well, he's going to have a lot better time scoring this round towards him.
Yeah, for sure. And as you guys see there, Storm getting the reversal. And Storm has a very underrated ground game, a very, very underrated submission game. I know Storm would be very, very pleased if he could get the win by submission. But Kobe has some fantastic defense, So this is really 50-50 on the ground right now, humble.
Yeah, it definitely is. He gets sweep right there. Just like you said, it's 50-50. He does get sweep at the end of the round. Hence why he opened up with some of the ground and pound. He didn't really care if he did get sweep right there. But that is a close round, nonetheless. Both of these guys using the same characters, so you expect nonetheless as well, Doctor.
Yeah, both same characters getting the sweep at the end, and it's going to be a very interesting time. Touch of gloves now, and both of them are already engaging, looking to get the jab established, the straight established. Both of those straight shots are the key to really mastering anything. Gets the knockdown, though.
Kobe. He's going to get the win. Kobe! He wins the fight in the second round. Kobe gets the win, and beautiful work from that man who used to be a top competitor, avenging his loss as well, and always getting the win over the teammate means that's so much more, Reaper.
Yeah, it's hard to see a teammate fall, but Kobe looked fantastic tonight. He came out in round 2, worked his jab, and he picked him apart there at the start of the second and just took over it and won the fight. So a major congratulations to Kobe, but obviously my heart is with Storm, so I will go and speak to Storm after this, and we will think of a game plan for the next one.
100%. And that being said, we will move on to the next fight, which is Keza versus Chase Me Fam. It's going to be a fantastic fight, and nice performance as well there from Kobe, a top competitor, contender in the PlayStation rankings. I know he went 0-1 like I did, like you did as well. It's a bounce back for him, which he needed, and he's going to take his confidence back up, maybe for a bigger fight in the future.
Absolutely, for sure. I am 0-2 now, Humble, unfortunately, but I will be back next week. And if we get this pick, I will love this. Please, someone give me the Kobe pick. I need it. I need the welterweight go, and I'm getting it. I'm happy out.
The welterweight go of Usman making his return to the octagon. Keza looking to put Covington out of his misery once and for all.
Nice work. Can we get that Usman versus Covington matchup again, the rematch, maybe the 8th match? These guys will be fighting until they're in old age, the way that welterweight is going at the moment. We do have the likes of Kamzat and a few others coming through, but at the moment, the pinnacle is Colby Covington and Usman. And every time they fight, they seem to produce some magic, and magic might be in the octagon tonight as these two square up again, Reaper.
Oh, for sure. And you have Keza there picking the Usman. You got the 5-star straight, and we're looking to see here now if he's going to grapple, but I hope to God this fight stays standing. I want to see these two exchange on the feet, and I want to see Colby do some mad spinning kicks, mad spinning stuff, and Usman's going to be, very, very grounded, working the power, I believe, Doc.
Working the power is the name of the game. As Usman, for a fact you can outpower a Covington, and so that jab, that straight, making sure those two shots are established are your key assets within this fight.
Nice work again. The jab again is coming back away from Keza, and Keza's doing a really good job of selecting his shots at the moment. He's not overexerting himself in anything that's fundamentably not going to land. As I say that, great dodge from Chase Me Fam, and these two are swinging again, Reaper. This is what we expected from this matchup.
This is just like fight number 1 and fight number 2 with Colby and Usman. That's all they know how to do is swing at each other. And there's a shot and the beautiful takedown defense from Kez. Had to think on his feet there very, very quickly. It's becoming very clear that Kez wants us on the feet, and Colby wants it on the floor.
Oh,
both of them firing uppercuts there. 2 minutes 50 left on the clock. Elbow clips him, body uppercut as well, followed by the hook. The power of Usman getting itself established, and lovely takedown there finally puts Covington on his back with a lot of time to work as well, Humble.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time at work, but the fact that Keza is throwing combinations in bunches with Usman is also meaning that he's losing a bit more stamina when he's missing that second or third shot, and that's what Chase Me Fam's kind of realised. And using that grappling, you've got to be careful that your stamina doesn't get too far apart, and the grappling's a great way to mix that up to stop that variation, and that's what he's going to do now.
Oh yeah, for sure, especially when you have someone like Usman on top of you sitting in full mount, just absolute rain and bombs down on you. It's it's a terrifying sight, I would imagine, Doc.
It really is, and it's how long the ground and pound can last as well. The power of it finally gets him out there, missing that straight, coming into the top mount, takedown instantly. Keza gets the deny though.
Oh, great work right there, and he's just mixing up. Keza's got to be careful. I'm loving Keza's work, but it looks like there's a bigger plan here from Chase Me Fam. He's trying to win the war, not just the race. And that's what Keza's got to be careful of. This first round, you can get carried away. I know, trust me. And sometimes you've got to kind of abandon ship when it comes to that game plan and say, I need to be more conservative because I've got to think about round 2 and 3.
Yeah, the gas tank of Usman looking very significantly damaged, especially when compared to Covington. Reaper, you have got to remember, though, the recovery rates of both opponents is fairly high.
It is, and that's probably why Kez is going a little bit crazy here in the first round, especially with the straights, and he gives him a little taunt. He knows he's going to get that stamina back in round 2, but as Humble said, Chase Me Fam, I feel like Chase Me Fam may be looking at the bigger picture as well in this fight, and I believe the body is going to get tickled here in round 2, Humble.
I hope so, because that's what we want to see. We want to see some of those beautiful body shots You know, you've got to mix up your variations. Something I've been trying to implement in my game. It's just super difficult because it's so dangerous with them uppercuts and with the knees and other combinations that can kind of land when you're from one of them, and you know you're walking into one of them. It's a game changer, Doc.
Another takedown though. Chasing Slam does finally get the deny, looking to put Usman against the cage. Kez now's got to get out of this position, evidently not wanting it, wanting to be the one on top of Chasing Slam, but instead Chasing Slam's the one putting on the pressure now.
Yeah, Chase Me Fam is looking really good here. Goes for a takedown, unfortunately can't get it. And Kez is backed up against the fence now, and as you can see there, Kez is basically just bullying his way back to the centre. He's just hitting him with a 4-piece there and saying, get away from me. Oh, the axe kick.
Oh, catch him. Oh, he drops him. And Kez has got an opportunity. He doesn't jump on his opponent. And is that a mistake? Is that going to bite him in his arse, Doctor?
I think he tried to jump on him, although the game wouldn't allow him even when you saw the jabbers go above. Dreamers left on the clock, and knockdown in the favour of Keza. Usman's power getting itself established, Reaper. This is a very close fight.
Oh! This fight is fantastic. It's just like the last two fights Colby and Usman had. It's just like when these two get into the cage, no matter who is using them on the sticks, it is magic in there, and you're always seeing a potential fight of the night, Humble.
It's like the start line of the Formula 1 on NASCAR. These guys are just constantly revving up that engine and getting faster, and the pace and the action constantly accelerates until it gets to this point, and it's called a boiling point. Someone's will is going to have to break, and Keza is trying to take out Chase Me Fam right now, Doctor.
A lovely slide tip on the straight, goes to counter with the straight, another straight lands. That straight of Kez is like a magnet covering his face. My main issue though is noticing the gas tank of Kez. If he's not careful, he's gonna gas, and that's gonna cause him massive issues.
Yeah, for sure, especially with someone like Colby, who has, I believe Colby has a 99 cardio or 100 cardio, which is insane. But if you can keep clipping him to the head like this, you know, it won't be too much of a bit of a bother, Humble. But, you know, if Colby gets into the third and Usman doesn't get that stamina back, you know, you kind of get free reign for those 5 minutes to kind of go crazy a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to offload that gas tank onto his face if you can. And a great dodge right there. And it only takes 1 or 2 shots to the body as well to kind of completely change this fight. Even though Usman looks like he's in control because of the head health at the moment, this can all change in a heartbeat, Doctor.
Well, that straight is like a magnet, as I said, every time. It's just piercing. That's constant power, the constant everything. He doesn't care about a lead down anymore. He wants the power, and he wants it, and he wants Chapman to feel it.
Absolutely. You know, Kez is doing a great job of hitting the jabs and then throwing out the 5-star straight. He's really implemented it well in this fight. Really implemented it well in this fight, and it's just the way Kez is fighting right now coming into this third round. He kind of seems to have a handle on things at the minute, but will Covington be able to come back in this third round with that cardio? It's like a weighing scales right now.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what you got to do is, if you're Keza right now, is just play a bit more conservative. If you need to, you take him down and not blow your load like he is right now. But if you're gonna do it, you got to do it now, and you got to get a finish.
Playing a steady game, that head health now constantly blinking. Kez is so aware that any type of one power instead goes for a power takedown, getting the body damage off, and now we see Keza on top in the grappling exchanges. Reaper.
Yeah, you know, Kez shines here. Kez has been having a great performance toward the end of round 2, and now round 3 takes him down, just to give him another thing to look at moving into north-south here. You don't tend to see that a lot, Humble, right? It's always either feint the mount and go to the crucifix, but you never really see someone sitting in north-south.
Yeah, but if them denials get done, this is a very safe position. You can chip away at your opponent, get those denials, and kind of be in an okay position to fire off some shots, especially if you're good at the denials. Why not? Because a lot of people make a lot of mistakes from these positions, these unknown positions. They just go for certain things and they don't try and set it up or don't try and fake into that, and that's exactly what Q's trying to do right there, Keza. Take advantage of his opponent's mistakes, Doc.
He did, and gets a half guard deny there. Now all of a sudden we end up in this top mount, being very patient in the ground and pound exchanges. He knows he doesn't have a lot of gas tank, so he needs to choose his shots wisely. Does so, just making sure that he's looking more for position over damage currently. I think that's a very good idea, Reaper.
Yeah, definitely. If the fight carries on like this over through the next 2.5 minutes, it's going to be Keza getting his hand raised. So maybe he feels comfortable enough, humble to the fact that, okay, I've done enough in the first 2 rounds. I'm going to ride this one out on the ground. I'm just going to take my time and take my victory. There's no point in putting myself into unnecessary situations when I'm being this controlled.
Yeah, but if you're the audience right now, you're going to try and get to see what type of man Keza is. Is he going to cruise to a decision, or is he going to try and finish his opponent? Because that's what champions do, and that's what champions are made of. And Keza looks like he's about that championship mindset, trying to get a finish in this fight.
A minute 20 left on the clock. Gets it tonight on chasing Ram. An arm triangle attempt here. This is going to be interesting. Maybe tries to get into the side control. Does ditch it fairly early on, getting the read that he's not going to get it. And we're back up onto the feet.
Oh, big shot. We haven't actually talked about that this season as well. You get extra points for finishes. And Keza might have woke up right now and realized if he finishes his opponent, he's going to get that extra value points for a KO due to the ranking systems that we have right now. You need to perform, and that's the difference between cruising to decision and looking good or getting the win.
Yeah, it's like Keza forgot, and then you just told him there what the story was, and he was like, "Oh, really?
Oh!
Extra points? Oh! He's a monster."
We've seen Cruz get folded, but we saw Covington get brutalized.
Definitely, and that was a great performance from Keza. He had a hard draw in the Grand Prix. He ends up going against the overall winner, I believe, in Trixie, and he got drawn against him as the last seed, and we've got to remind everyone as well, he beat Trixie in that first one. So that guy has got ability, that guy's got confidence, that guy has got power and experience of fighting the best players in the league already and actually getting wins over them. So Keza is no joke, but it's whether he can put it together and bring it on the night, and tonight he brought it, Reaper.
He did, he brought it, and Keza has that championship mindset. Keza just wants gold, and he doesn't care who he has to go through to get gold. I believe Keza would probably go through his brother if he meant they got a shot at the Primetime belt, So power to Keza. He looked like a world beater tonight, and Chase Me Fam put up a good performance. So don't hold your head low about that one, Chase Me Fam. You did a great job representing the welterweight goat Colby Covington, so he gets my respect for that one.
Definitely, and we're going to give a massive shout out to NFC_MMA, who have just raided with a party of 11. Thank you so much from the Primetime crew. But now, Doc, we get on to the co-main event, and let me please lead you into this one. This is Sick War versus my teammate, Filthy Uncle Ben. Sick War, the Sicilian killer, coming over from all these other leagues. He's a legend in the community, a great streamer, fighting an up-and-coming phenom in Filthy Uncle Ben. This is your co-main event, Doctor. What do you make of this one?
This is a really interesting time. We've seen Filthy Uncle Ben countless times. He's a very well-known fighter. Sickle looking to make his return in a bantamweight decision. But it looks like we're going to get Peter Yan versus Dillashaw. That's a very fun fight. We've seen it before with Noetta. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Yes.
Either way, these guys are getting ready for their debut, and Filthy Uncle Ben went 1-1 Reaper in the Grand Prix, and Sick coming in at 0-0 record, but anyone could fight anyone at the moment. But we can't forget, Filthy Uncle Ben nearly beat the champion. He nearly took the belt off Atakim before Samurai Robert did. He was a hair short of doing that, and he's going to have a tough fight right now against Sick War, who's just a beast all round.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, Filthy Uncle Ben, first of all, the name is goated. Filthy Uncle Ben, that's just goated. But Sick War as well, as you said there, Sick War is an absolute killer in that cage, and you're getting a Yan versus Dillashaw pick, which we've seen already tonight, and I believe it worked out better for the Yan pick there. And Uncle Ben's got some skill, as you said, Humbly. They got 1-1 in that GP, so he got himself out of the first round, so we know he has the capability to move on against the best in this division. So with that being said, Doc, I'm ready for these two to absolutely brutalise each other.
Well, no real feeling out process here. We just have the constant pitter-patter lead hooks. Already 4 pieces being thrown, going down to that body as well, doubling up there. That jab lead hook into the lead hooks with the body seems to be like one of the main tools being used so far, Humble.
Look, these guys have not stopped so far. They've not took a break from hitting each other. One of them hasn't let the other one get off without striking. They're constantly firing back. And it's a rapid pace right now, but so much going on, Reaper. The movement, the body shots, the shots to the head to set up the body. These guys are going at extreme fast pace. It's hard to keep up.
No, they are indeed. These two boys look like they're in fast forward mode. I can barely keep up with it. They're moving so quick, Doc. This is going to be a good one. And, Dillashaw there. Dillashaw's breaking out the combinations very quickly and then getting out of range. I like that. He's not giving Jan a moment. But there's the Jan power.
Oh, he drops him.
He's back and dropped him there. 3 minutes left on the clock. Both of them, as you said, have not stopped pace. Now we get a takedown. Probably looking, he's got to head in the fight now. Let's slow the pace down. Let's be methodical about it, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And at the moment, Filthy Uncle Ben, a teammate of mine, when I spoke to Filthy Uncle Ben, he said he's ready to take on the world right now. Not many people have known Filthy Uncle Ben for a long time, even though he's been competing in these leagues, even though he's been around, even though he's been one of the best in KIA for such a long time. Nobody is constantly saying Ben deserves to be for a title, and that's exactly what he wants to do. He was one away. You know, if he wouldn't maybe one more fight, he would have got a title shot this week, and he's one away. And the opponent of Spartan War gets that tonight, but Ben is knocking at the door. And this is a performance to say that as well. Reaper.
It is indeed. You know, Filthy Uncle Ben, he's been around the scene, as you said, for a while, Humble, and maybe he's been flying under the radar for most of these people. But I tell you, the way he's performing tonight and the way he performed last week in that Grand Prix, he's not hiding under the radar now. People are on notice and people are taking notice of this man, Humble.
Definitely is. And now he's going back to the body. And Sick War's one of them people that I just done. That's why I love watching him so much. When he told me he wanted to be part of Primetime, I jumped at that opportunity because he's one of them people who I love watching fight every single time. And when you think he's out of it, he's not. He's made an adjustment. He's starting to throw them body kicks right now. And they are dangerous, Doctor.
Well, the head kicks, the uppercut. Looking at the head health with Dillashaw, it doesn't really matter what he can throw. If that head health keeps continuing to go down, it's going to be the issue of the night. We've seen it countless times. It's been a body work versus head health, and head health is so far always won.
Oh,
as you
got to be careful. Oh, he's got nothing left. Sick War going back to the body though, Reaper.
He is, and you can notice every time Filthy Uncle Ben's stamina gets a little bit more down than what it should be, that's when Sick War goes forward. When Sick War lets him throw his combinations, he lets him miss. He's like, okay, I'm going to move into range now, pick my shots, and I'm going to go back out of range. He's playing the peekaboo style very well, and I don't think Filthy Uncle Ben's picked up on that yet. But I think moving into round 2, Filthy's going to need to definitely push the pace a lot more and actually trap him against the cage, because he's I can see Sick War now starting to play a little bit more footsies.
Yeah, the footsie game is the idea, especially when you're fighting someone like Jan. He's going to look for that pressure, and so if Dillashaw can use his footwork to his advantage, that's how you want to play the game, Humble. But with that being said, we enter into the second round.
Yeah, beating Sick Boy in the first round is one thing, but beating him in the second is so much harder because he's one of them players that takes information, downloads it, and then starts to use it against you. And you see a lovely sidestep right there, countering that shot. He just needs to stop being in the pocket when Filthy's flooring, and Filthy's doing a great job so far. Continue what you're doing and not let this round affect you, even if he starts having some success back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you can see here now, Sick War starting to push the pace a little bit more. He wants to hit the body a little bit more, and even Filthy Uncle Ben now, he's trying some combinations that aren't landing, Doc. So that's going to be taxing on the stamina, and especially against a TJ Dillashaw, that'll be dangerous, Doc, going into the third round if it gets that way.
Oh, this is so close. Just a bit about a jab. Both of them wanting to establish that jab now, knowing that they need that distance, because one wrong move by either party is going to end up with issues. Although the boxing in the end's starting to come out again to its full fruition.
Oh, big shot right now. Sick War got caught kicking. An interesting choice right there from Taj. He takes down Sick War, and this is a great opportunity for Sick War to get back to sprawl, Reaper.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. That was beautiful for Filthy Uncle Ben. Rock him, take him down, just give him something to look at. And especially when your head health's that low, you would automatically assume, oh, he's going to posture up. So that's a very, very big brained play there by Filthy Uncle Ben, but he's going to let him up here now. And anyway, he believes that the head health is low enough, Doc, to maybe end the fight.
Interesting position, just not to do anything. It's like sprawl does give you the advantage, or you can just punch someone's body out to death. And I would say if you get that option, do it, because it works the stamina, it works everything else. With that being said, both of them already engaged on the feet. Filthy Uncle Ben gets another takedown. Dillashaw on the bottom gets a deny.
This is a great opportunity for Ben right now to try and land some damage on Sick War. He knows when to get to the feet. Sick War's still got a great opportunity to kind of land back, as he's so good and so versatile, and he mixes his strikes up and counters up really well. That you can kind of land some damage and pitter-patter on the ground. It takes away that advantage, doesn't it, on the feet, Reaper? It takes away their sort of ability to land too many strikes, because you can catch them slipping sometimes.
Yeah, of course, and especially using a TJ Dillashaw. TJ's known for his slips and his movements, so if you really want to use TJ to the fullest, you have to implement that into your game. But with the head help being that low, Doc, you know, you're really playing with fire there, and it's not so much a 50-50, it's more of a 90-10. You're going to get caught.
Yeah, 90-10 you get caught on the feet is the name of the game. I'm kind of expecting this round to kind of peter out now. You've got 30 seconds, as I said, although we get back on the feet. And Uncle Ben wants me to eat my words, especially with the aggression he's coming at.
Gonna see Sikwa start go to the body a bit more though, because I just noticed that stamina from Ben when he threw a 3 or 4 piece was really low, and that's the thing about Sikwa. He's such a good striker. Oh my days, he might get finished right now though.
Oh,
I was about to say, such a good striker, Reaper, that he'll, even though it looks like he's getting beat in the fight, what he'll do is he'll wait for them opportunities when your stamina is at the lowest, when you think you're in control of that fight, and that's when your maximum vulnerability is, and he lands that one big shot and then follows with a barrage of punches afterwards.
yeah, absolutely, for sure. You're spot on. And I don't think... Oh, okay.
Okay. Prime Time is now sponsored by...
Yeah. Anybody want to watch Power? But no, like Filthy Uncle Ben, you know, he done something there in that fight, in that round 2 there, that he just moved back a little bit at the end of round 2, and then he planted and spun. And I wonder if that's going to be his game plan going into the 3rd round here.
It's going to be interesting if Sikwa can pull this one back. I do believe he's down. Filthy Uncle Ben is at the performance of his life. And once this advert's finished, we will get back to the action. And these two have already kicked it off. And it looks like Sikwa has decided to go and he's grappling at the moment. Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Maybe we have to watch Power and then let it play through.
Evidently, this is why people need to turn ads off. Just a side note, we've had 3 members the other day.
I always forget.
This is why I don't use Twitch.
We will get back to this one in a second as soon as the ad is played through.
And we are back. Dillashaw in top mount. 3 minutes 40 left on the clock. Filthy Uncle Ben possibly down already. We're not particularly sure though.
Yeah, well, we seen it at the end of when we came back for a second. That looked like Sikwa took him down within that minute of the first 30 seconds of the first minute. Sorry, and he looks like he's managed to stay on top. He might be able to land and neutralize Filthy Uncle Ben here. Reaper.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you see a TJ Dillashaw on top, and TJ Dillashaw is very, very underrated in the wrestling department. So he's got some really good ground and pound in this game as well. So if your head held's that low for Sikwa, and you feel like you really can keep Filthy Uncle Ben down like he's doing here, Doc, hey, why not go for it? You might just get the finish.
Uh-oh, this could be bad. We've seen Crucifix before. We know the damage it does do. 1-9, you can be in trouble. Does get out, but luckily, besides that, it puts you even in a more deadly position. You've got the elbows. If he goes to backside as well, doesn't. Instead, goes to side control, wanting to get cut up by some more elbows here.
Plenty of time will work as well. Still got 2 minutes of the round. He's just pitter-pattering his opponent, trying to take that head elf down, trying to neutralize it, looking for an opportunity to land some major ground and pound. And Filthy's got to keep his composure, try and mitigate the amount of damage that Sikwa's doing and stop him from kind of getting ahead, because Sikwa's going to be looking to stand up soon. And when Sikwa looks to stand up, he's looking to unload and knock him out.
Well, instead, though, he's maintaining the ground position here. 1 minute 20 left on the clock. The gas tank is fairly high. Maybe look for a get up now would be the suggestible thing. And does so, Reaper.
He does indeed. And there's the question mark again. Now, Filthy Uncle Ben wants to take down, but Sikwa with a beautiful defense. Got 2 free knees to the body here. If he wants it, chooses the head. He puts him on the cage here, Humble. What if you're Filthy Uncle Ben here, Humble? What's your game plan now? You know, would you be comfortable saying you're 2 rounds up?
Disengage. Get out of there. Take him down. Make a takedown. Get out of there, because Sikwa can turn it around. And this is why he's the Sicilian warrior. You cannot count him out. He's always in a fight. He's always working until he gets knocked out by Filthy. Filthy. Oh my
Filthy
God.
Uncle Ben playing the filthy game. Back of the head with a spinning elbow after ducking a head kick.
KIA, baby. Let's go, Filthy. Oh my God! What a fight that was, though, guys! I told you, Doctor, when we matchmaking this fight with Fadinator, and we said Sikwa as the co-main event. Like, there's people in the Xbox community who don't know who Sikwa is. Now you do know who Sikwa is, and now you know Filthy Uncle Ben is as well, because everything he said to me about cementing himself into that top tier of the division has happened and came to fruition. Within 2 fights, he's 2-1 now, and he'll be knocking on that door for a title shot soon. Ben is doing a fantastic job in prime time so far.
And with that filthy KO out of the way, that leads us straight on to the main event of this evening, the PS title fight of Deaglefly versus Spartan War.
Here we go, and Deaglefly has been a fantastic player in the Grand Prix. It's what we've seen before so far. Spartan War coming up. You've talked about him in tremendous light so far, Preeper. Tell us about Spartan War and what type of player and character is he?
Spartan's a very humble person. Spartan will blush at the fact that you tell him how bleeding good he is. That's how humble he is. But he's also a killer. Like, he's a straight killer. He's a kickboxing machine, and I know Deagle's a kickboxing machine as well. You know, Spartan from Ireland, so you know I'm going to be as neutral as I can here tonight. But you know, I'd love to see Ireland get a belt. You know, regardless of Camp War, Camp TMM, LW. You know, if Ireland has a belt, we're all happy, humble.
Are you Irish? No, I'm joking.
Oh, yeah, Tosh, you were English.
Here we go. Look at this though. It looks like a 3-1 advantage in the sparring. Doesn't really mean anything. Could be any sort of record. Someone disconnected. Who knows? But look at the pick, and you've got to respect the champion going with Robbie Lawler, just like he said he would, and the challenger Leon Edwards, Doctor.
Indeed, we have Robbie Lawler, a weird pick, but as Deagle said, he wanted to go Robbie. He feels like Robbie. We've seen him pressure fight before, and Robbie's an interesting pick to use. Edwards in the other corner, he's a boxing base versus a boxer. Reaper, how do you see this fight going in the best of 5 rounds?
Yeah, 5 rounds. Listen, both of these men had the cardio to go 5 rounds. Robbie Lawler's absolutely insane, you know. Especially in this welterweight division, he was once upon a time the undisputed champion, and he was a phenom in this division. It was hard to get rid of him, and you know you got to respect Deagle for the pick. Obviously, he's very, very comfortable with this pick, and Spartan as well. You know, Spartan's very, very technical. He's obviously gone Leon Edwards here tonight. He definitely wants a cleaner fight, humble.
Yeah, he definitely does. And look at the pick so far from Deagle as he's starting to take control of the octagon. He's got him around behind that black line, and that's exactly where you can control your opponent, pick him apart. And Spartan's got to be careful because he doesn't want to let Deagle push him back. That's the mistake that many people make. They let Deagle push them back, and all of a sudden they're on their end of them jabs, and the jabs are ruthless because they break down the block, Doctor.
Yeah, the jabs are the main key. Breaking down that block again is just so much damage, especially when you're the pressure fight. If you can just get that block out of the way, that means your opponent's got to use that head movement, and if your opponent's got to do that head movement, that increases their vulnerability, Reaper.
It does indeed. And as you can see there, Robbie Lawler's power on display, ducks down, catches him with the straight, takes down a big chunk of the head held. So Spartan's going to have to be on his P's and Q's and keep the defense up and get the shoulders rolling, humble.
Nice leg kicks right there. And yeah, the shoulders need to be rolling if he wants to do that. But I'm really liking the conservative way that Deaglefly kind of uses his character. He doesn't necessarily use a lot of head movement. He kind of sticks to his guns and stays in the center and just picks his opponent apart as they go to engage. And when he does use the head movement, it's very, very effective, Doctor.
It always is very effective. Just making sure you're out of the way of the shots, making sure they can't hit you is the name of the game. A head kick, though, does get the better of ruthless Robbie Lawler, Reaper, and with 2 minutes left in the first round, both of them are playing a very slow and steady pace.
They are. It's very, very methodical. It's kind of like both men want the center, but don't want to be too aggressive in this first round. You know, sometimes in a 5-round fight, the first round, you just want to collect your data. You want to, you know, throw out your combination and see how they react. He might sway back on a certain thing. He might, you know, lean left on a certain thing. So these 2 men at the moment are collecting data, but you know, Deaglefly's doing a great job here with those jabs, humble.
Yeah, he is, and I feel like Spartan needs to offer him something else. Like, he's winning one part of the battle, he's winning the. There we go. He starts to kick the legs right now. You've got to give him some sort of, you know, think or worry about again. You've got to think, got to make him think. At the moment, the dance is being done on Robbie Lawler's behalf. Deaglefly is making his opponents dance to his one, and that's exactly what I expect to see from Spartan. Picking up data, moving to the center of the octagon, and then catching him as he's coming in, because Deaglefly is very aggressive, Doctor.
I mean, compared to a lot of the main card, even the co-main fight, this has been a slow feeling out process. They've taken the entire round, and within the possible 5 rounds, that's understandable why you would do so. The leg health of Lawler's already kicked out. On the other hand, Edwards' head health is kind of getting on the low side, Reaper.
It is. It's definitely leg held versus head held here, and you know, you kind of have to say maybe Deagle's taking the better approach because, you know, you can put someone's lights out quicker than you can break someone's leg in this fight. So, especially using Robbie Lawler. But Spartan's doing a great job of staying on the outside and really putting punches in front of his kicks,
Ooh.
and it's a beautiful hook, and it's allowing him to be so successful with those leg kicks, Humble.
Starting to land some big combinations there, though. And I do like the leg kick as well, though, because you look at the best players like Trixie, a lot of the other guys as well, they use a lot of those leg kicks to break their opponent's movement down, the power down. And then they also force them to switch stance and fight them in a stance that they're not comfortable using that character with. And the character uses some... loses some of that ability as well. And there we see it, the switch stance. So we'll get to see how Spartan adapts to this, and so does Deaglefly. It's an interesting question right now, Doctor.
It always is. I normally come into the issue of, especially when I'm kicking
Oh.
someone's leg out. Is both of them are just playing so aggressive. Lawler knows that his leg is out, and he knows that his other leg could easily go out if he's not careful enough. Reaper, this is just a very close, methodical fight, and we're only in the second round.
Yeah, we're only in the second round. I definitely don't see this going 5 rounds. Not with the way these two are fighting. You know, you got Spartan's head health getting really low, and now Deagle's being forced to switch to Orthodox, which is obviously Robbie Lawler's not his power hand, but he's still got some good combinations here. But you know what I'm seeing so far is Spartan being pushed up against the fence, but also remaining very comfortable. It's almost like when Deagle comes in when he's on the fence, that's Spartan's time to go with his combination. Somewhat it seems like.
Yeah, the straight for Spartan starting to land more. But as I say that, the champion lands his own head kick. Beautiful work. He constantly keeps peppering that head with huge strikes over and over. He's not having to worry about the leg health anymore or the leg attack. So I wonder if Spartan's going to go to that one. But again, he doesn't want to get caught kicking Doctor. He's against the fence again.
Oh, the lovely stun there, though. Digs down to that body, comes up top. Doesn't get much damage off of it past that stun, but that's still a significant job. He does miss the leg kick, have a leg kick fight back, 1:40 left on the clock in the second round. Both of them, it's a lot of a different pace compared to the rest of the card. We've had a very hectic fights. We have some very grapple-heavy fights. This one's just a slow, technical bout Reaper, and it's working lovely.
It is. It's a beautiful fight. Oh, it's a beautiful fight. It's how Leon Edwards likes to fight in real life as well. He loves his technical, pretty bouts. And Spartan, although can brawl, I know he does love a good technical bout. And you kind of get to see who is the more patient and the more precise fighter in these. It's not just all bombs, Humble.
Now, you say a beautiful fight, but let's correct that term. This is a vicious war between these two. These are throwing it out. Look at the head health. Look at the leg health. The amount of damage these two are doing in this fight has been impeccable. And whoever's going forward is going to win the PlayStation belt. It looks like Deaglefly right now, Doctor.
I mean, you can be Deaglefly 1 second, Spartan War the other. We know how the PlayStation belt comes back and forth. Overhand there, and it's a very fun fight. Mentioning the belt being back and forth. If you remember how Atakan lost his belt, Robin nearly got finished and then got head kicked and got the finish out of the blue. So it's not like we've seen a quick finish or a back and forth fight, even if someone's looking like they're winning the fight, Reaper.
Oh, for sure. This fight is very back and forth. And as I said, you'll never get a winner in this fight until the fight is over. You can never count any of these men out. These men are so good at what they do in this game that they're fighting for this belt for a reason. They're so high level. And I think the people that want to be at that stage of the Primetime career should really watch this fight and say, okay, that's the level. That's where I need to be, Humble.
Definitely. And, you know, when you see somebody fight with this sort of maturity as Deaglefly, and Spartan was, well, not to be out the fight even though he faced adversity, to still be in the fight throughout into the third round, and the amount of damage you took in the first and still be starting to have success and starting to land your own shots, that shows somebody who's right up there and deserves to be in this fight, because he didn't crumble under pressure, he didn't panic, and he's doing well, and he flips his opponent right now, Doctor.
Well, gets a lovely deny and a reversal. Just noticing the stam in the third round, and both of them, although have been a striking clinic, have got fairly high stam as well. It's a very impressive job.
It is. It really is. They've done such an impeccable job of maintaining their stamina, especially with the head health, the leg health, you know. They have been throwing out some very heavy shots here tonight, Humble, and they're doing such a great job of maintaining their stamina. And now going onto the ground, they're only going to maintain it more moving into the fourth and the fifth round.
You've got to think this suits Deagle at the moment, even though Spartan's kind of chipping away. Deagle's obviously he kind of got ahead in them first two rounds. I believe he got some rocks and some knockdowns. So it depends on how Spartan's kind of treating this. It looks like he's trying to chip away at his opponent and try and take him out later on in the fight. But he needs to neutralize that head health, Doctor.
Neutralizing head health is the name of the game. You've been fighting Lawler's very aggressive, strong punches, and now it's a very slow, methodical pace. I'm enjoying this fight, honestly.
Yeah, it's a great fight, and you really get to see the maturity between two fighters. You know, as we said earlier on, Deagle going 4-0 in the Grand Prix, finally winning the belt that he's wanted for so long, and now Spartan having a great first round in the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, in the second round, didn't go his way, but here he is tonight fighting for this championship, and they're just being so mature about it. There's nothing crazy. It's so methodical and slow paced. It's kind of like a grinding situation. Like, who can outgrind the other person for that belt?
It is, but when push comes to shove, one of these guys is going to be winning and the other one is going to be losing, and that's when they're going to have to start offloading and start striking, and that's exactly what Spartan does right now. He wants to become the new PlayStation champion. He tries to pull his opponent down with no stamina left, Doctor.
Wow, Spartan came out there. He evidently got, okay, let's change pace. We were going very slow. Now we're going to go fucking heavy as all hell. Does lead into the hook. Gets uppercut.
Deagle fly. Deagle fly. He taunts. The confidence.
Oh, this is a scary place to be.
Oh! Deagle fly. Can he take him out? Spartan wants this in the Fight Reaper.
This is insane, and we were just saying there how slow paced and methodical it was.
Jesus Christ!
We were just literally saying how mature it was, and then it was like, yeah, okay, let's just kill each other now. It's getting a bit much.
They took offence to what we said. They took offence. They said, okay, we're not going to be sure. We're going to throw all balls to the wall there, and that's what they did.
That was Robbie Lawler versus McDonald all over again. That fight was slow and methodical to the third round, and then it went absolutely insane. And Robbie Lawler and Leon Edwards' alarm went off, and both of these guys shot out of bed and went to war in the 70 octagon. Are we going to pick up where we left off, Reaper?
Well, now the entire fight changes. Everything changes now. Look at those head healths. Look at that leg health. Look at that body health. Look at that block health. It all changes. This is where champions are made. These 2 rounds is where you will find out who the real champion is. And there you go.
He does it again. Is he going to get a finish in this time? No, he's not. Spartan 1 needs to do something to get out of that corner, because every time he gets pinned, his head health can't take it. His block's not there. And the front kick is the answer. This could be it, Doctor. He misses. Oh, my God.
This is a scary fight. The body health isn't the name of the game for Deagle Fly. A takedown is what you need. You need to turn, but doesn't get it. 3 minutes 40 left on the clock. Edwards get up.
This could be it. Deagle Fly's doing it again. He is a fighting champion. He is entertained, and he is Deagle Fly, your PlayStation champion, ladies and gentlemen. Boom!
That was insane. That was insane. I just want to take out the very quickly the stats there. Deagle actually threw 150 strikes, and Spartan threw 139 strikes over the course of those 4 rounds.
That was a great fight, and credit to Spartan War as well, because he came out and he showed he deserved to be in there. He had multiple opportunities to win the fight, and he had a great success when he took him down and started to come back when they were getting back to the feet, and nearly got him out of there, Reaper. You've got to credit his performance. It was a fantastic one from Spartan.
1,000,000%. Listen, that fight was probably one of the most technical brawls I've ever seen in my life. Both men just switched it up at the end of the third and started the fourth. And listen, there is no reason for Spartan to hold his head low by any means. He just got very, very, very close to winning the Primetime PlayStation Championship belt. Do not hold your head high, because that could have went either way. That was 50-50 tonight, and Deagle showed what a true champion.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's mental.
Close fight. That is no disregard to both of them. Spartan Wars made a statement tonight, and it shows.
And just to say as well, you know, Deagle Fly coming through as a new champion, and I believe he's now 5-0 already in the PlayStation division. He's adding excitement, he's adding that entertainment. He's here to put on a show for the fans, and that's what he does. He picks the Robbie Lawler pick as well. This is what a PlayStation champion in Primetime should be doing. They should be putting performances on like this. They should be entertaining the masses, because people will want to see him fight again, and that's exactly what I want. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Doctor, anything to say? Because we do have a card tomorrow as well.
Of course, we have PT 46 tomorrow. Trixie versus Haroon. Always a fun fight indeed. We got Fadnair on that card as well. Bang, bang. Stick around for tomorrow, 8:30 GMT, 3:30 Eastern. Apart from that, that's us done for tonight. This has been Fight Night 34. Trying to remember the names of all these cards. There's so many of them. Stick around for the raid at the end and have a good night all.
Peace.